Ladies and gentlemen, live from Cujo Key, Florida, Skipjack Studios, the podcast capital of the universe. Three jerks trying to make it work. Sponsored by Tardos, because Captain Crunch took a shit. We got Bathtub Jenny, the album release party, summer of 2024. Good night, Lucy. And Spiffy Skipjack Esquire FAQ, you want to work, you don't want to work. None con. Burritos. Cheese. Spicoli 24. Tasty waves and a cool buzz, and we'll be fine. And depends. Fitted briefs. Your bladder just doesn't care. And if I can, please have a moment of laughter for the late Gilbert Gottfried.
Right? Are we supposed to? Are we supposed to laugh, or you really want a moment of silence?
Fucking this is big time, man. All right. I'm trying to turn it off now. Good luck. There. How are we doing? Are we back?
Yes,
Hello.
we should be. Yes.
Jerks.
I'm there. Can you hear us?
Jerks. Wanted to share a couple of quotes from Mr. Gottfried.
Yes.
On that, you know what? We didn't even do the big intro yet on that. We should,
yeah, let's do that.
We're rolling on training wheels.
Run it back.
Do it
I love
over
that intro. Fuck it up. This will be that song is great, man. Shout out to Stick Figure Suicide. They are the best. Thank you, we needed money for this record. Thank you, we needed money for this merch. Thank you. Fucking love that song too.
We're rolling on training wheels tonight, gentlemen.
Your whining sucks. I love that jam too. Love it.
Donna, it's Jane.
Yeah.
And the drums and the singing are going like crazy. Can you ask him to not play?
Keep on filling. We got another two or 3 seconds here.
You gotta, I told you to stop that. I told you to shut up that stupid idiot.
Donna, it's Jane. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I'd like to go to sleep. And the drums and the singing are going like crazy. This is the Vocal Super Fry.
Fuck it up! This will be the best! This will be the cut! This will be the game of the... This will be the bad enough! They're gonna die! They're gonna fry! You're gonna be here! Got the asshole! This is the uniform! This is where it's gone car!
About time you learn to turn down the doggone noise and shut up that idiot.
That isn't that. Look at this.
No! They're all gonna laugh at you!
you go.
We're back.
That's the way to do it. That's
We're
the way
back.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
What do we got tonight, gentlemen? We got a lot going on.
Gilbert Gottfried, come on. I mean,
Hey.
you're right. Icon.
He's
Much like a friend of the show, Larry Levitz, if I may.
Right.
he's ready to come on very soon. Expect a gift from him pretty soon,
Can't
and that will start our podcast with him. We're gonna
I
have to
want an
dedicate-
autographed copy of his book.
It's what's coming.
Beautiful. It's on sale at on Amazon.
Yeah,
From
it's
what
like
I
ranked.
understand.
It's ranked like 10 million or something.
What?
This is my favorite Gottfried quote on there, where he talks about the two masks of comedy and tragedy.
Yeah.
He says, nowadays, you would say, how tasteless and insensitive. A comedy mask is laughing at the tragedy mask.
Man. Spill some, brothers.
Yeah, this lady's going to open up the...
Tough titty.
that's one tough titty right there. You're right.
It is. I call women like that, or I call their tits brick titties.
Bricks?
Brick titties. Like, yeah, when I see tits like that, they don't even have to smash a can. You just know they got brick titties.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although I just saw Carmen Electra. She was on this Domino's show that my little son watches, and man, she still looks good after all these years.
I was going to say, did you see her on an AARP commercial?
Well, it's so funny.
Friends.
You would think she's aged. She has not, but she definitely has those bricks that you're talking about for sure.
But when the silicone hardens up over the years, unless they get them re-injected.
Oh, no kidding.
Jerk
Really?
One,
Oh, yeah.
Jerk One, you just gave me a new idea, or you just gave me an idea for a new PSA. Hey now.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh yeah.
You're IA. That's why I came to you. You can do whatever you want. Remember, you came to me and said, "You want?"
What was
Oh,
that?
Is that me?
I heard
Well,
something about-
to continue in Gilbert Gottfried, the dude had no filter, which you love. I
Yeah.
mean, he was excellent. The backstory on him was that he came from a dad who really paid no attention to him. So what he did was just stay alone in his room and try to make himself laugh. So, much like us, the way we grew up, I mean, that generation, fathers worked, moms worked or stayed home and were happy homemakers and left the kids to their own devices. So that's exactly what. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, say he ran a hardware store, his father did, and his grandfather.
Right.
His mom was to live at home or whatever, but yeah, they just let him walk around Brooklyn, figure
Right.
himself out.
Yeah. And he dropped out of school. He became a comedian. But he did have no filter. He was the kind of dude who, if he was causing chaos, it was funny to him. And I respected that. I mean, I thought that was excellent. A good example of that is right after 9/11. He was at the roast for Hugh Hefner.
Right?
Yes. And he said that he had to leave early because he had to catch a plane. But for some reason, they have to make a stopover at the Empire State Building first. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, no filter whatsoever. You know what I mean?
He says, "Oh, too soon, huh?" Well, then he broke into the aristocrat joke and got everybody back on his side.
Yeah.
I remember a story he told on Stern once, or Stern. Yeah, it was. He was doing a thing for Sony Records, an outdoor party for Sony Records, and he was sitting there drinking or doing whatever, and it was his turn to come up and do some act. He walks through the bushes of this thing and starts doing Michael Jackson child molestation jokes. And little does he know that he signed with Sony Records. Michael Jackson and Sony had a relationship at the time. The whole place went cold. He didn't know what was going on.
Wow.
He finishes up, he drinks some more, he goes home, and his agent's calling him next day or something like, "Listen, man, you really screwed up." He's like, "What do you mean?"
I think one of those jokes was, what does Michael Jackson and Kmart have in common? And it was the answer was they both have kids' pants half off.
Yeah.
Hey now.
I mean, come on. I mean, hey, and especially nowadays, Gilbert got all right. Now we're not condoning the 9/11 joke. Totally wrong, totally
No.
inappropriate. But I mean, in
No.
this day and age, with politically correctness, I mean, we need a guy like him. You know?
Jerk 2, I hear you. Jerk 2, I also have to say
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
that we're the furthest thing from woke. And not only that, we're here to offend everyone. So don't
We're
ever
trying,
apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirt Start says him, Norm Macdonald, Bob Saget, all so far. We're not even halfway through the year. We should do a special comedian death pool.
Ah, Bob Saget.
Well, yeah. I mean, Gilbert. Here's a perfect example. So he gets a great gig, the Aflac Duck, right? All he's got to do is go Aflac and talk like him, and he just sits there and collects checks. So the tsunami happens. So he tweets out a joke that says, Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach. The beach comes to them. I mean,
Wow.
that's horrible.
It is. That's great.
But I mean, again, he's just, that's the way he was. No filter, didn't care. And of course, he continued to say, I just split up with my girlfriend. But like the Japanese say, there'll be another one floating by in any minute now.
Well, when you read the underfold of that story, Aflac had about 40% of their business in Japan at the time. So you follow the money. That's all you got to do.
Absolutely.
Comedy dies is where money begins.
Right.
Sure one.
That's why we're low budget, low tech, and low brow.
I got something to say about Japan and my 6 fucked up facts for the evening. So whenever you guys are ready for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't wait for that Jerk 3, but I mean, I will miss Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
And again, just not to harp on his inappropriate jokes, but I mean, again, the tsunami thing, just to give you insight, he did say, I asked a girl in Japan to have sex with me. She said, okay, but you'll have to sleep in the wet spot.
Oh, wow. Hey now.
And then finally, just to wrap it up, I mean, he did mention, my Japanese doctor advised me to stay healthy. I need 50 billion gallons of water a day to stay healthy.
You figure once you lose it, just let it all go.
Jerk 2's on fire.
Yeah, I mean, but, and lastly, again, missing the guy. And not only him, but I mean, Bob Saget. You want to talk about Bob Saget? He was right along the lines of Gilbert Gottfried. The only thing is, he had Full House going for him. But if you talk to anybody who knew of him, he was just as raunchy as Gilbert Gottfried.
That's wild. I never knew that.
Yeah, his stand-up was really inappropriate. I mean, not like the tsunami joke that Gilbert said when he said, "What does every Japanese person have in their apartment? Floodlights." That's horrible. I mean, that's just the way he was,
So wait, Jerk 2, did he piss off enough people to warrant being killed? Because I mean, there's that whole theory about him being murdered, right? I mean, Bob Saget.
Well, yeah. You know what? It's funny because lately what's coming out in the news is how fragile the human body is, right? So Taylor Hawkins dies because his heart is 3 times the normal size, right?
Yeah.
Now, Gilbert Gottfried dies because supposedly he had this muscular problem where, especially when it comes to the heart, his valves were unusually small. So out of nowhere, they would beat faster because they would try to get more blood to go through them. And then obviously they would pretty much just almost explode in a way because and it would happen out of nowhere. And that, in a way, that may have happened to him.
Jeez.
Hey,
yeah.
Go somehow.
The only thing more messed up than that is Duff McKagan's story from the bass player of Guns N' Roses in the early days of Guns N' Roses. He drank alcohol for 12 years straight, binge drinking. But that's not what's messed up. What's messed up is he didn't have any water. He literally did not take a sip of water for 12 years. Okay. Now, Sammy Hagar was interviewing him about this particular story. And And here's where it gets crazy. So 12 years, 0 H2O on a straight cocktail of every type of alcohol imaginable. And maybe his go-to is vodka. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. He woke up one morning and his pancreas was the size of a football.
No way.
Dude, he could not even roll over to call anyone, to call 911 for help. Luckily, a roommate or somebody that was like living with him was able to get to his aid because he was screaming in pain. His pancreas explodes. He should have been a dead dude. They gave him morphine when he got to the hospital. The morphine did nothing. And when he realized, he's like, I know what morphine should do, and morphine did nothing. He's like, I'm fucked. So dude, he was literally in so much pain. He asked the doctors to kill him. Wow. And somehow, miraculously, by the grace of God, he lives to tell this story, and it just put him straight. He's like, dude, I'll never drink alcohol again.
And who is this again?
This is Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses, and he was only 28 years old when it happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Well, those guys, I mean, God, they were paid billions and billions. I'll never forget when Duff and Slash came on the American Music Awards. And if you could relate to that, their appearance and how drunk they were and how fucked up they were, and what a difference in generation, because nowadays being a rock star, it's not cool to be that way anymore. You know, it's so weird how 20 years changes the way people are.
It doesn't even make sense. Like how
it's almost a job now. It's almost a job being a rock star.
Yeah.
And can I ask something about Machine Gun Kelly? He's a fighter, huh? Does he fight?
No.
Is he a fighter or a lover?
Oh, I'm not sure. I know he's a lover because he's with Megan Fox. He better be a lover.
Well, yeah, she's kind of on the cold side of him now. They don't like each other or something now. So I'm wondering
I
if
saw
I
something about that jerk one, but I don't know enough to talk about it intelligently.
That's why I'm asking you. I mean, I think I could take on this guy, but if he's if he was a former fighter or something, then I'm not going to roll with that. But I think
I don't know. I don't know his background, but I do know that he played Tommy Lee in The Dirt. If you ever saw The Dirt,
Yeah, because that dude doesn't deserve her. He doesn't deserve Megan Kelly, you know. I just that's it. He dresses
like seeing him with Megan Fox, and it's just like, wow, that's an odd couple. But you know, you got chicks that are just into like rock stars. You have Avril Lavigne, who's all about what's that guy's name? Oh, singer of. Hold on a second. I can't believe I just blanked on that because I just saw it the other day. But it was another one of those things where you're like, oh, I know who it is. Mod Sun. And you probably don't know who Mod Sun is. It's MODSUN, Mod Sun. This dude is like an old pop punk guy. So he's like an older dude playing pop punk, and he wrote songs, and they're really catchy. I think he works with Travis Barker of Blink-182, formerly Blink-182. And he makes hits, and they're really good. I mean, the songs are great. I like the songs. But apparently he's like marrying Avril Lavigne now. And it's like you look at Avril Lavigne and you look at him and you're like, I don't get it. You know?
Yeah.
But I also didn't get Avril Lavigne and Derek. I don't know his last name, Wibbly or Derek from Sum 41, the singer of Sum 41. I mean, he's just not an attractive dude. And you got this beautiful Avril Lavigne, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't get it.
Yeah, he reminds me, the dude from Sum 41 reminds me, if you remember the Bad News Bears, the dude who rode the motorcycle.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes. That's awesome.
He reminded me of him. But going back to Machine Gun Kelly, the knock on him is that he originally was a rapper, and it didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
So he got into rock and roll. And then obviously the little craziness behind Megan Fox is she's a mommy. She's got a bunch of kids with Brian Austin Green, who was on the greatest show in the world. He was on 90210. And she left him to hook up with this dude.
Wow.
And, you know, to me personally, I have no problem with it. You never judge anybody. Everybody's ball of wax is their ball of wax. But what I don't get is where and how does Megan Fox have all this time to go everywhere? She's got 4 kids who are young, like they're not old. And I get it. She's rich, she's got nannies and all that, but still, every picture on Instagram is about her. I don't know. That's just my little soapbox bullshit.
Good publicist, and ask her kids if they know her mom's name.
I was gonna say maybe she's one of those moms who's like a rent-a-mom. Like maybe she's like, I like the idea of being a mom, but I don't want to actually do any fucking parenting.
Yeah, and that's how. But I mean, she also knows that her window is probably closing. In terms of, how what happens with her looks and all that, and I get it, but still,
why she's cashing in? Yeah, no, that makes sense, Jerk, too. She's cashing in while she can still cash in.
Talk to Madonna about that. She's got the magic formula. Apparently, they're releasing a whole bunch of her old records in the fall, all of her albums now. So you're going to be hearing a lot more of her, unfortunately.
Where do you stand on Madonna, Jerk One? You're not a big fan of Madonna?
Banger, That's
I mean, come on.
Epic tits.
She wants to feel young. Yeah, she could be with me.
Jerk One. Jerk One. Epic tits. She's got those brick titties.
Yeah, you can say that. I liked her better when she was in Detroit, sleeping in between stereo speakers and eating popcorn for dinner. That was Madonna.
You know what? I agree.
Hey now,
dude, I totally agree. I think she was cool like that too.
She was
just like what was the girl's name in Clueless? Brittany Murphy, who unfortunately passed away. She was so
wait, Jerk 2. Brittany Murphy's dead?
Yes, that's unfortunate. And she's a Jersey girl, dude. She's from Jersey.
Wait a minute. Back up. How old? What happened? I didn't hear this.
Oh man, there's a whole. It's so funny. We talked about in the beginning how we think that Gilbert Gottfried got murdered.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary on HBO about her. It's about her. How they think that her fiance killed her.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's but she was what Jerk One was talking about how Madonna before she got famous was hot. So was Brittany Murphy when she was on Clueless. I kind of dug that look before she got changed around by the hot girls from Hollywood.
Brittany Murphy was also in 8 Mile with Eminem.
Agreed. Another great role, and she's a Jersey girl. Get it up for her, man. She was from Jersey originally.
Dude, you know who else is a Jersey girl? Piper Perabo from Coyote Ugly. If you remember that movie, she is Tom's River resident. She was my fucking neighbor, dude. I used to write music with her. And here's one for you. We used to go down to Penguin's. What was Nikitsch's studio? Penguin? What?
Poolside
Penguin. Poolside Penguins.
We used to go to Poolside Penguin Studios with her, and we recorded with her and her friend. No joke, they had a strong resemblance to the Indigo Girls with their voices and their harmonies. And I would just play acoustic guitar, and we would record these songs. And it had to be like 10 years later, she's in Coyote Ugly. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that's wild. It happens. And she's still acting because there's a big show that everybody loves called Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. She's in that. She's in that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, we're catching up on some comments here. I want to say good evening to Dirt Star and Arpeggio.
Yes.
Hey now.
Dirt Star in the house. What's up, Dirt Star Arpeggio?
I want to have Dirt Star's man babies.
Yeah. Arpeggio's giving thumbs down to Madonna. How come? Music-wise, yes. But Arpeggio, I want you to think
because she looks like a medieval vampire now with huge tits.
Oh, yeah, maybe now. But I want Arpeggio to think of Like a Prayer video, just a brown lace dress. Come on. Big titties just flowing all over the place. Come on, Arpeggio. You got to give that to me.
Arpeggio.
Yeah, I don't get to see the things he puts underneath there. I don't know. We're seeing just squares. I don't know if you're saying that.
All right. Since Arpeggio is a hater, I want to ask him a question. Arpeggio, what would you do if King Kong comes through your window? Silence. Crickets.
Give him a minute.
Naturally, you would start swimming. Because cums is spelled C-U-M-S.
Can we get to one of my favorite? Mother's Day's coming up.
Yes.
Speaking of cum,
she's offered some Mother's Day gifts she's recommending.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh hey now.
She got vibrators, lube, and some more vagina candles too.
I love this. Dude, let me jerk one. Some dude said to some chick, sit on my face and I'll guess your weight. And he said, if I'm wrong, I'll eat the difference. Hey now.
But I think I got some pictures from her
Let's see.
From her catalog there. See this?
Buy my shit.
Yeah, they got vibrators, lube. Look at that.
Hey, jerk one, can you believe that they're still together?
Who?
I mean, after all this shit they've been through.
Who?
Your butt cheeks. Hey now.
She's endorsing us too in here, but she's got quite a collection going on.
You know what? She says the 3 jerks rule, but I think we need to have a 3 jerks rule. I don't know what it is yet, but I like the sound of that.
I like that too. Maybe yeah.
Oh, look at that.
What is that thing on the left?
Yeah.
No clue.
That looks like something you can do something creative with when you're alone.
We vibes.
It looks like it can hurt you if you move the wrong way.
It can get stuck in your colon.
It's called the date night set.
Wow.
Arpeggio chimed in and said, beautiful and shallow how. Absolutely she was.
Oh, yeah.
She's a beautiful girl. There's no doubt about it.
Who?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh.
Yeah, she is me boners.
Yeah, she is.
Speaking of boners.
You look at that thing, man.
That's a big black dog. Is that a Black & Decker Pecker Wrecker?
Yeah, something.
Alien Spooge.
Dude, Alien Spooge.
There's another one. I just don't. I guess I got the wrong equipment for this one. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Dirt Star. The only. What's the color of Alien Spooge? I'm going with like a neon green. It glows in the dark.
Look at this for Easter.
Whoa, dude, that's wrong on every level. Oh, speaking of which, jerk one, what's the real reason Jesus fasted?
Why is that?
Because Biden was in charge of the economy back then as well.
How come he's not a doctor now? Jesus didn't become a doctor.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out my damn self.
He got nailed on the boards.
Do you know the worst death possible is being crucified?
I don't know. I think it's listening to this show. Here's another one.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude,
she's getting funky with it, man. On to the next story.
Hey now.
Right.
What makes her horny, man? She said nothing gets her going like organizing her kids' toys.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think that's a
Did you
that's
draw
a big
that?
downer, dude.
Dude, did you draw that? That's great.
Wah, wah, wah. Sorry, Kim. I'll see you later.
Dude, that's 12 inches of Limp Richard.
But this is apparently where all the magic happens for Kim in the playroom.
Is that the puzzle basement?
That's her toy. That's from her Instagram page.
Wow.
Oh.
So go figure. I don't get it.
Jeez Louise. That screams right there. That screams, all right, kids, go in that room so I don't have to deal with you and be with you.
Right. Yeah. It's like, right.
Kind of like Gilbert Gottfried, huh?
It's like professional daycare, that basement.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then here's the chick down in Florida.
Right.
Who killed her boyfriend there, or now it's allegedly. I'm sorry, we can't get sued here. It's not
right.
Allegedly.
Can't afford it. But you know what? She looks kind of crazy.
She does look a little crazy. That's well said. But how does somebody just get to that point? I mean, she's claiming, of course, domestic abuse, but people on his side are saying she was the one who was the abuser. I don't know. I do not know, man.
Well, I guess she got more subscribers on her OnlyFans page. I hope at least she gets that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so. Oh yeah. Let's talk about. Well, I was just going to say, I think it does have to do a lot with how Instagram and Twitter and Facebook they give these impressions that people are going to get rich quick and become famous. And granted, there are a lot of people who do, but the ones who don't, this is what happens. They get really pissed, really agitated, and they figure, wow, the money train isn't coming, and I'm going to take my frustration out on my man.
It's messed up. It's messed up. People are busy suing gun companies and cigarette companies for damage. Yeah. Let's start suing the social media companies, man.
Yeah, and they want to take Aunt Jemima off the Aunt Jemima syrup bottle.
That's already done.
It's already done.
Already? Who they replace with? Dez?
I think we'll have to figure. You know what? We should explore that a little bit. I think
they didn't replace her with anybody. They just named it. I think they named it like the name of the company, like Miller Brothers. I'll look it up.
Man, that's a massive fail. Just like Cracker Jill.
That's crazy. Hey, we broke that story before Fox News. Can you believe that?
Oh man, that is awesome. Cracker, I still like Cracker Jack Me Off better.
It's called the Pearl Milling Company now, and
I bet Pearl Necklace more like.
Yeah, and there's no sign of Aunt Jemima anywhere. Although, just so you know, so we have all sides of the story correct. Yeah. The family of Aunt Jemima, the descendants, fought in court to have her likeness stay on the bottle because they were proud.
They want payday.
I guess so. They made it seem like they were proud. I don't know if they got paid, but
follow the money.
They still. Oh yeah, follow the money anywhere.
Now,
by the way, when we have sports, remind me to follow the money because how is Trevor Bauer still getting paid on leave? How is that happening?
How is Trevor Bauer not playing right now?
Yeah. Right.
That's bogus.
Right. Exactly.
MLB's giving him a real screw job.
Yeah.
Now, this guy wasn't following the money.
Who's that?
This Dwayne Haskins. What was he following?
Yeah. What was he following?
Yeah. Well, the quick synopsis on him was we can't forget about Dirt Star or Arpeggio. They want to know what happened to Mrs. Butterworth.
They both wanted to know.
Absolutely right. Yep. They both. Me too. I am with you both, Arpeggio and Dirt Star, without a doubt. Mrs. Butterworth is the best, hands down. With butter, of course. You need butter melted on Mrs. Butterworth. She isn't going anywhere. They're right. Dirt Star and Arpeggio. That's true. When does she get off the shelves? Because isn't she basically Aunt Jemima? No offense. I mean, no offense. I'm serious. She kind of looks exactly like her in a bottle shape.
It's messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not being, politically incorrect.
I mean, maybe she's transgender. We don't know.
That's true. Maybe what is her pronouns? What are her pronouns?
Oh man, we got to figure that out.
But anyway, Dwayne Haskins, his deal was he was in Florida. He was working out with he plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or he played for the Steelers. He was working out with everybody right down the road from where I live at FAU. And supposedly he ran out of gas. And if you could see, that is a long stretch of highway to go from one side to the other. Now, at 6:30 with the time change, I was thinking about this. It's still not as light as in that picture there, but a little lighter. It's not totally dark.
This time, can I just do a timeout on this? I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Does this dude have AAA? I mean, does he have friends that can call? I mean, you're going to go wander off onto a highway at twilight.
Right.
That's messed up. The only thing I could think of is that he was training like Johnny Damon, the baseball player, used to train. He would hide behind bushes and chase cars, and he would try to beat the cars out. Yeah, and that's when he was going Captain Caveman style. So he would jump out of the bushes. These people would see this crazy man running at him, and they would run faster, and he would sprint it out and try to beat the cars to the next light or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So I think maybe he was trying to race a dump truck.
Well,
Because
I want everybody.
he can't pass that well, so he's always trying to run away from the guys trying to tackle him. So maybe he can work inside the pocket.
You might be right. Maybe he was like, maybe he got an extra shot of creatine or something like that, and he's like, I'm gonna see if I can bounce off this dump truck. Maybe I don't know.
I used to do something. I still do when I jog. Sometimes I jog at night, and I jog with my eyes closed in the middle of the road where I live on a dead end street. I can feel the crown of the road under my feet and know exactly where I am on that road.
Right.
Maybe he was running with his eyes closed.
Now, Jerk One, a question: do you still run?
No, not right now. No, I run from problems and stuff, but no.
I was going to say, well, yeah. I mean, not to, and this is another, like you said, allegedly, he sadly, just like all of us, he did have problems back in his earlier days. So, I mean, down in Fort Lauderdale, anything goes. So,
yeah.
He ran out of gas. Maybe he wasn't in the right mindset to be pulled over by a policeman. If a policeman came and helped him out, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's sad. He's got the whole life ahead of him. 24 years old. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for his girlfriend, his family. So, rest in peace, dude. Rest in peace.
It was in Fort Lauderdale where I saw the Mr. Peanut Man jump off the can and run around inside a convenience store. And I saw my first knife fight in Fort Lauderdale, too. It's a great place.
It is. Anything goes in Fort Lauderdale.
I chase old people around. That's what I do now. Thanks. Good evening to Side 928. Love having you on.
What's going on, Side?
Sloppery, snockery, triple butted, filthy hoe back slut.
Here's a new segment we're going to start here.
Sure.
Called "What the Hell Happened To?"
Yep.
So we got Kelly McGillis. What the hell happened?
Well, hold on. Kelly McGillis. Now everybody knows her from Top Gun. She was a flight instructor. And your favorite place, doesn't she have a restaurant down there?
Yeah, Kelly's actually down in Key West. Yep.
She does. Yeah, we ate there, I think, at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it looks
sadly
like she's been at a restaurant. She's been at a restaurant a lot, it looks.
Hey now.
Yeah, I mean, but sadly everybody does hit the wall, and unfortunately she did.
Speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself, bro.
Gary Busey still looks good though. Look at him.
Oh yeah, looking great. He's got that skeleton look going for him. And the false teeth look. He busted that up in a motorcycle accident, so you really can't bust his balls too much.
Nah, and he loved his cocaine. You know that. Speaking of cocaine, Charlie Sheen was sitting behind home plate at the Marlins Los Angeles Angels game the other day. It was great.
Speaking of cocaine, how about check this out? Wow. That's pretty good, man. Those are homies for you, man. Those are homies for you. How many homies are going to take lines off of your casket, huh, bud?
That's true. That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah.
That's why you wear a helmet.
I think that goes back to the previous. Oh, for Wayne, what's his name? This dude, Gary Busey. That's why you wear a helmet.
Yeah. What was the movie where? Was it Lethal Weapon he was in, where he had to show his obedience to the boss, and the boss made him like pull his arm over the flame, and he had to put his arm on the flame. He was like a Vietnam vet, and then after a while, him and Mel Gibson went at it. Mel Gibson's the best.
We got, who else do we have here?
Did we lose Jerk 3?
No,
I
was practicing for later.
He's doing another show on his own.
Wait, okay. Dirt Star came in and said, marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke. You ever suck dick for marijuana?
Wow.
That was
Bob
one of
Saget.
lines, yeah.
Yep. Dirt Star, you're right on with that. Well done, dude. Again, Dirt Star chiming in perfectly.
And this all kind of originated from Bridget Fonda. Apparently, there was a Bridget Fonda sighting. No one's seen her in 12 years. Well,
Right.
I guess I could see she was being kind to everyone by not showing herself. But I'm sure she has a good heart still and very good person. Believe it.
Another one who was a victim of an accident. And
Really?
that's what drugs do to you, man. Like, pharmaceuticals. That's why I stay away from them, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to your local black market drug dealer instead. Stay away from Big Pharma.
Yeah, she got into a car accident or something. So,
unless it has to do with Viagra, because that will help the erectile dysfunction.
Right.
Dude, she was in Godfather Part 3. That's what did it to her.
Yeah.
All right,
I got a health check if you guys want to hear about why men wake up with erections.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so here's where I'm going with this. The morning penile erections affect all males, even males in the womb and male children. So just imagine, right? You're in the womb, you're sprouting a boner. It also has a female counterpart in the less frequently discussed nocturnal clitoral erection. So what causes erections? We know what causes erections, but this same mechanism can occur without the involvement of the brain. And an uncontrolled reflex action that is in the spinal cord. This explains why people with spinal cord damage can still get erections and why you can get erections when not sexually aroused. And the reason we get erections in our sleep is because nocturnal penile erections occur during rapid eye movement. So REM sleep is synonymous with with big phallic maneuvers.
Right.
And they occur when certain areas of the brain are activated. This includes areas in the brain responsible for stimulating the parasympathetic nerves. So it's a rest and digest nerves, suppressing the sympathetic.
What are you reading?
What are you saying?
Yeah, flight and fight nerves, and dampening areas producing serotonin. So some men may experience nocturnal penile tumescence, as they call it, during non-REM sleep as well, particularly older men. And they said the reasons for this is unclear. The reasons men wake up with an erection may be related to the fact that we often wake up coming out of REM sleep. Testosterone, which is at its highest level in the morning, has been shown to enhance the frequency of nocturnal erections. And interestingly, testosterone has not been found to greatly impact visual erotic stimuli or fantasy-induced erections. These are predominantly driven by the reward system of the brain, which secretes dopamine. So it's been suggested that pitching a tent may be a mechanism for alerting men of their full overnight bladder, as it often disappears after emptying the bladder in the morning. It's more likely the reason for morning erections is that the unconscious sensation of the full bladder stimulates nerves that go to the spine, and these respond directly by generating an erection, a spinal reflex.
Holy shit, I think I earned my PhD.
Yeah, dude. And this explains why erections go away after emptying one's bladder. And just to cap it off, is all this morning action good news? Well, while some men will put their nocturnal erections to good use, many men are not aroused when they have them, and tummy sleepers find them to be a nuisance. Since good heart health is associated with an ability to have erections, the presence of nocturnal erections is generally accepted to be good news. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is important to avoid and even reversing erectile dysfunction. So it's important to remember to eat healthily, maintain a healthy weight, exercise, and avoid smoking and alcohol. And I've done none of that. I've done all the opposite, and my erections actually break through my skin because when I wake up, I'm sprouting large and swollen every day, no matter what my age.
George says proud of Bonar.
Well, I got two. I got two quick stories. One, it was on the Simpsons. He would drink water. Bart would drink water at night, like the Indians would before battle, so they would all get up when their bladders were full. That was one of the Christmas episodes. Number two, if you're having dick erection problems and you want to go the poor man's way to figure it out, if you can buy a couple of postage stamps and they're linked together, take 3 or 4 depending on your size. Before you go to bed, lick those stamps, slap them on your wiener, and if you wake up, if those little perforations are broken on those stamps, that means physically you're okay, but in the head you're screwed up. That's all it takes. We got beautiful.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Jerk One.
We got Jerk 2. Looks like he left the room there. We're gonna run some stock, some ticker marks down on the bottom here. These are the ones, the highlights of the day here. So
are these investment suggestions, or are they?
These are just reports on that. FU went up 76%. UCK went up 132%.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, eat a dick too. It's it's pretty crazy out there with Wall Street, but.
This is proof of market volatility.
Right here, we're rolling it.
Oh man.
Well,
yeah. I mean, let me know when you guys want to do fucked up facts. I got 6 fucked up facts for this episode. We can roll those later, but
this was this what the hell happened to was just getting too damn depressing when we went to the Twin Peaks girls here.
Oh man, are you serious? Is this for real?
Yeah.
Oh man, the girl in the middle is Stacy from Wayne's World.
Wow.
Hi, Wayne. Stacy, we broke up.
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Stacy, Wayne, I bought you a present. What is it? Open it up. It's a gun rack. I don't own a gun, let alone many guns, to necessitate a gun rack. Stacy, that's really what she looks like. That's horrible.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Man. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know what's so comical? Like, I look just as bad as they do. I don't even show my face on YouTube. Like, I mean, that's how bad I look. I'm surprised at the way they look.
Jerk One, you got all these recognizable females, and what the hell happened to? I do not see Doris Burgess. She does have an ugly penis, and I would think she would have been first in line up there.
Doris is missing.
Man,
I just want to wrap on this real quick now. Talking about The Simpsons earlier, they got a deaf character. So I thought I was going to nail them with, they didn't get a deaf guy to play the deaf character. Well, guess what? Sure as shit, they got a deaf guy to play the deaf character.
Wow.
His name slips my mind right now, but they're checking all the boxes there. How are they going to do if someone's in a wheelchair? Are they really going to get somebody in a wheelchair to play the person? I mean, does art imitate life at this point, or is this all a dream?
I don't know. I think it's a lot like fingering your belly button and then smelling your finger.
That's pretty good, actually. That's one of the few pleasures I still have on this earth.
Wait, that's your version of self-stimulation?
No comment. And this one here.
What about the greased up deaf guy from?
Hey, you know what? Honestly, seriously though, the deaf reminds me of my deaf girlfriend. But I honestly had to break up with her because she never listened to me.
Is there a deaf guy on Family Guy?
Yeah.
Well, there's a crippled dude, which I can relate to because I'm crippled.
You know what? I dated a deaf girl for a while. I can tell you some stories sometime about that.
You were pissed off because she was hard of hearing?
Seriously?
Yeah, she had a vibrating pillow.
Wait a minute. This is a real story?
Yeah, it's real.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Dirt Stars met her a few times. Actually, my college roommate, farted in her face, and she didn't even know it. It was really funny.
Did her hair kind of blow like the wind would blow her hair? That's how close.
She wanted to know why Dirt Star and I were laughing so much.
Oh man, it's like nuclear fart at ground zero.
But she read lips in 3 different languages and stuff. But if you did if you said vacuum, if you ever want to piss off a deaf person, just say vacuum, and you read the lips. It's like fuck you.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, Jerk One, you got to bring us back to the initial hookup. Like, how did you actually get through? Was she totally deaf, or did she understand, like, maybe a little bit? Like, what was her deal?
She read lips and she had a hearing aid on, and without it, she heard nothing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dirt Star.
Dirt Star said, or my roommate, he looked right at him when he farted. I think that was a sign there. Maybe he wanted you, dude.
Wow.
What was
We
strange?
got to get Dirt Star on the show. We need to.
Yeah, Dirt Star.
I mean, there were a lot of interesting things, but one thing was when we were driving the car at night, he'd have to keep the courtesy light on in the car so she could read my lips and we can talk.
Wow. And never got pulled over for it or anything?
No.
But all right, so wait a minute. You don't have to name places or anything like that, or name names. But how do you meet this girl? Where do you meet this girl?
Oh, this is a college.
Wow, just in
everybody-
class or something?
What's that?
Just in class, or
We shared a building with the girls' school there, and they used to come around and we used to flirt around and stuff like that.
that is wild. And then like you start talking to her, and is it awkward at first? Like you're like, wow, she's
No,
hot.
what she was doing to me wasn't awkward at all. So yeah, it was all good. That was the universal language.
Oh, that's excellent, man. That's wild.
She's in
How long-
Switzerland now, so I don't think she'll be watching this anytime soon.
Dude, Jerk One, like when you got a blowjob from this deaf chick, did she hum on your dick instead of blow? A hum job.
Oh, that's classic. That is classic.
That's good time.
Well, I know what if she ever did. Was she able to communicate? Like, did she talk like, "Hi, you're like"?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
When you were banging her, like were the moans like that too? Were the moans effective?
Not really. No, I think that was okay.
Wow. Hey, you know what?
Big old booties.
I bet you she didn't let it hold her back, did she? She went to college. What became of her? Did you ever like find out what became of her?
Yeah, she's doing some pretty important stuff in Switzerland. She came from a pretty rich family, so she had a place in Europe and a place in the Caribbean, stuff like that. And like this college was just like a stopover for whatever.
Thank
reason.
God! I thought you were going to say she was a sex worker.
Could be. I don't know.
How long did you go out with her for?
Oh, 4
Couple
months, 5 months, maybe.
Wow.
And then dated someone else, and we'll have another whole show about. That's the one you.
Should have had a threesome.
Well, who broke up with who? I don't think she would break up with you, right?
I broke up with her. Actually, yeah. The woman I was dating then, she called her and said that we're over. That he is over it with you, and he's mine now.
Jerk One, you should have had
Oh
two
my
deaf
God,
girls.
dude! Oh my, she's deaf. You couldn't have did it a little better than that. Like, come on.
I had no power in that. I was
You were pussy whipped,
no.
literally.
No, I was pretty drunk and stoned. It said, "Do whatever you want." Just get me out of this.
Well,
Jerk
how about
one.
this? Go ahead, Jerk 3. I'm
No, I
sorry.
was just gonna say he should have had two deaf girls. If he had two deaf girls, can you imagine a threesome with two deaf girls and one jerk? I mean, like, just imagine the possibilities.
Who are you calling Pencil Dick Dirt Star?
Well, here's the last question I have about it. It
Yeah.
was, be honest, a scale of 1 to 10. What was she, beauty wise?
Like a 5.
Like a 5.
Yeah, 5, I guess. I
Is
got.
that, is that because your dick's so skinny?
No, we just, I don't know. She was actually, it was the only time where I was dating someone and the other girls in the dorm were like, you're dating her? You could do so much better. I mean, different people were telling me that. I'm like, really?
Wow.
I think so. It was strange.
Wow.
Yeah, I was never told that before. I like, wow, okay.
Wow. Well, it's funny, man. The older you get, the more you realize when you're younger, you're taught that, you have to be nice to the girls. And hey, we're parents, so I'm not going to tell you either way, but I will say what I've learned is that girls are ruthless.
Yeah.
You gotta definitely have your eyes wide open, because I was always taught growing up, you got to be a gentleman, you got to take care of a girl. Girls could, man, I mean, we just had a story of a girl just killing her boyfriend, but I'm not talking about that. Like, they are competitive. They will stab their friends in the back to get a boyfriend. I never knew this until later.
You know what I did after that? I had a lunch date with former Miss Puerto Rico, and she intimidated the hell out of me. I said, I'm way out of my league here. But so I found myself somewhere channeling in the middle between Miss Puerto Rico and the deaf girl. I found some comfort.
Oh, that's amazing. That is a great story.
Yeah, college. Everyone just do it, man. Do it for the kicks. Do it for the shits.
Man. Hey, I respect her, man. Goes all the way to Switzerland. She's she probably got a master's degree and all that. And, like Beethoven, man. Look at Beethoven. Same thing. He was deaf. Symphony No. 5, motherfucker. Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up. Very nice.
When are the roosters going to come home to roost? Or the hens come home to roost, right? Or
Correct.
Is the tribe encircling Howard and keeping him safe?
Correct. Yeah, that is well said.
Yeah.
I do think he seems to be the Teflon Don, right? I mean, that's the way John Gotti was.
I think there's somewhere on the record that says he never said the N-word on the air. Something like, really? Dude.
Wow.
Are you still on hold?
Not bad.
Wow.
I don't think Magic really followed through with this, and the story went nowhere. It's a nothing burger now.
Well, of course, man. I mean, what did you say in the beginning of the show? Money. What did you say?
Follow the money.
Follow the money. And who is following the money? Howard makes all the money for Sirius. And
they buried the story until Magic Johnson makes more money than Howard. No one's going to listen to him.
Right. And he's well protected. And you know what? That's the way it is. That's the way life is.
Well, we invite Magic Johnson on the Three Jerks show to say whatever he has to say about Howard on here. We'll give him 20 minutes.
Sure.
20 full minutes. Magic, take that. Okay.
I like it, dude. A guy as big as Magic Johnson or even Shaq was the dude responsible for that Brooklyn subway shooting. I think his name was Frank James.
Dude, nice dog.
Right?
Yep.
Crazy. Speaking of following the money, I got 6 fucked up facts with Jerk 3 if you guys are ready for it.
Go ahead, throw it.
Let me just roll this in there. We're done with people. That's all, folks. This guy got a Cheetos haircut.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah.
Yo, I would straight up enter that.
Epic.
I would straight up enter that barbershop and eat a Cheeto right off of that dude's head.
Yeah. And look, Drake is the one who gave him the haircut. Does he look like Drake?
That's Drake?
So,
that's a poor man's Drake.
Yes, poor man's Drake.
Dirt Star thinks $600 million is being rich as hell. Dirt Star, I got news for you. That's not rich as hell anymore. Maybe that's 1990s rich as hell.
Yeah, $6 trillion now.
Yeah, I mean it's good money. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's, not enough. Not more than Stern. Not more than what he makes.
Yeah, like now you got to be like in the billionaires club, at least. Billionaire, Uncle Phil.
So what happened to our reservation?
So Jerk 1, is it time for 6 fucked up facts?
Yeah, rock it.
All right, so we got 6 fucked up facts with Jerk 3. Number 1. You're more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark. Number 2, some guy donated his dead mother's body for medical research, then found out that the donation facility sold it for $5,000 to the U.S. Army, which strapped her corpse on a chair and blew it up. Number 3, in many countries, cannibalism is legal. The only thing illegal is the way you do it. That way, a plane crash survivor won't be prosecuted for, surviving. Number 4, statistically, you're more likely to randomly die during a USA Powerball lottery drawing than actually winning it. Number 5, the youngest female to ever give birth was 5 years old, and she outlived her son that she gave birth to. Number 6, during World War II, Japan bombed China with fleas that were infected with the bubonic plague. And that's about 45 seconds that you can never get back. Thanks for listening to 6 Fucked Up Facts with Jerk 3.
I want to go back to the first one that you commented. Is Jerk One frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah, he is. Jerk One is frozen.
Hey, did all my 6 fucked up facts come through?
Yes, they did. I want to go back to the first one. You are likely to get bit by a New Yorker than a shark. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Quick story for you.
Yeah.
If anybody has been in New York City, they can relate. We went back up there in July. I took the kiddos, and we're walking up the street, and it's Times Square. Now, I hadn't been back to New York since '96. Now, in '96, before 9/11, it was pretty clean. It was pretty nice. It was pretty safe. So that's what I expected in Times Square. Total opposite. So a good example is we're walking up, and my little daughter says, "Dad, look, that dude's taking a piss in the garbage can." And I look over, and, to his credit, his junk was huge, but he was not going to the bathroom, if you know what I'm saying. In broad daylight.
Brutal.
Yeah, so I would have to say that that's being bit, not physically bit, but mentally bit by a New Yorker for sure.
Yeah, dude. Listen, Jerk 2, that's perfect because it's like something you can't unsee. So that just took a chunk out of your, not only what you saw, but it's a mental scar. That is being bit mentally forever. I like that one.
Oh, it's a mess, dude. I could picture it like it's happening right now. Yeah. I wish it was unseen. Yeah. I can't believe my daughter and I witnessed it together, which is just unbelievably horrible. But and then there was another story. We were all, me and my family were walking up Broadway. Broadway, supposed to be the safest place ever. All of a sudden, this gang of fucking hoodlums just come on the other side of the street, start throwing fucking cans at us and shit. So, me being, growing up in Jersey, of course, you stand up for yourself. But then I was like, wait a minute. I'm 50 years old. Are you serious, kid? I can't fucking do shit. What am I going to do? Die in front of my kids? No, I'm not going to do that. Crazy. So.
Dude, that's crazy.
What was number 2? What was number 2 on your list?
Number 2 is really fucked up. It's some guy actually donated his mother's dead body for medical research, then found out later that the donation facility sold it for $5,000 to the U.S. Army. The U.S. Army strapped her corpse to a chair and blew it up.
No.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, my Lord.
I know, dude.
That's a true story?
It's a true story. And the third one was about cannibalism. And that was how in some countries it's actually legal. Okay, I don't know how. That's crazy. And the only thing that would be illegal is the way you do it. So it's kind of a joke in a way, but there's truth to it. So the way that it would be legal is if a plane crash survivor had to eat a dead person in, that perished in the crash to survive. And then you couldn't be prosecuted for it.
Wow. Well, that always reminds me of the movie Alive, where the plane crashed of either the football players or they were soccer players, and a couple of the people died, but they were frozen, and there was no food on the plane, so they had to eat each other.
Yeah.
Hey, survival of the fittest. I mean, in a way, humans are just animals, and just one step above the apes, right? So, I mean, if you have to survive, you have to survive.
Yeah, definitely. And the other one that blew my mind was that the youngest female to ever give birth, 5 years old. I don't know how that's possible. And then she outlived the son she gave birth to. It's I just blew my own mind.
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? It's funny, man, because I started thinking of the human race the other day because we get fresh farm eggs from this family down the road from us. And she was telling me all about their mating process. And do you know that in Duckland and in some sort of animal, circles, it is cool to, the mom has sex with not only the father, obviously, but then when the sons grow up, she takes care of business with them. And, and then sons take care of each other and all that stuff. She says it's all fair, all in love, all is fair in love and war and duck making for sure.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, the reason why I bring it up is because right now we're in the middle of mating season, and from March to April, if you look, any kind of feathered friends out there, they're taking care of business. Any furry friend, they're taking care of business. And the way the ducks do it is they get on top of each other and they do it in the water, and they place whoever's on the bottom, their head under the water. I do not know how they last underwater that long, but that's how they do it. So yeah,
man, that's crazy. I just got thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. And I didn't know any of that. That's amazing.
Well, Arpeggio just added something too. He said, "Do you know ducks only have one hole?"
Oh, where's he going with that one?
I don't know. Arpeggio, elaborate. Tell us a little bit more.
Hey, Jerk 2, real quick. Jerk 1 just sent me a text saying he can't get back on his own show.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what to do, and we've never had this kind of technical difficulty.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. Let me see if I can find out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, seriously, man, what the fuck's going on? What happened with him?
He said his internet. Yeah, he's saying his internet's messed up. So I don't know I don't know how to fix that from here.
Is he having yeah, he's probably having internet problems. That's all good, dude.
Well, it could be a storm because we had a severe thunderstorm in Jersey. I don't know if that's what's happening up there, but we didn't have much in my area, but maybe it's getting him.
Gotcha. All right, well, we can continue to talk about different things like, what do you think about Johnny Depp? You think he's got any chance against Amber Heard?
Yeah, so I was reading a little bit about that. I don't know a lot of detail, but I can tell you this much. It just seems like in fashion, every week, every couple weeks, that a new celebrity, not a new celebrity, but like another celebrity or entertainer is being accused of something along those lines. And I just wonder, like, is everybody sexually assaulting everyone? I
agree.
Right? I mean, it's getting crazy, man.
Well, here's the thing, not to get on our soapbox or anything. And you and I in particular, we've talked about this off the podcast air, and maybe Dirt Star and Arpeggio can help us out since we're trying to fill up for Jerk 1. So Arpeggio and Dirt Star chime in. I am all for equal rights, and obviously no means no, and I totally get that. But have you seen what ladies wear nowadays to the beach, to the pool? Okay, like what?
The answer to that is nothing. They don't wear anything.
Well, there you go, Jerk 3. And like, hey, I'm no prude, you're no prude, but I mean, come on, if you want equal rights, I mean, I don't know, what do you do in that situation?
Right, and also Jerk 2.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, if I could interject for a second. What you're saying. I mean, think about it. Okay. If you go back, I don't know if you want to say evolution or you want to say like what we are at our core. Okay.
Right.
The more primordial versions of us like as men or even women. I mean, if you wave that in front of our face, and it doesn't just have to be the visual, it could actually be, the scent that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's like
pheromones.
It's going to activate. Yeah, it's going to. Jerk 1 is back.
Yeah.
It's going to activate the primordial switch. And I mean,
right?
We can't go to jail because we're fucking turned on, right?
Correct. Yep. I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell my son, sadly, because I don't know how much fun he's going to have growing up, but I'm going to say, dude, do not touch, do not say anything out of the ordinary, and if anything, videotape it all, because
and tell him to wear the darkest and tell him to wear the darkest pair of sunglasses available, so that way he can do some reckless eyeballing and he won't get busted for it.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean it's
Hey,
crazy
how about
because
us men take back charge again? You know what?
hey,
How about we
Jerk
forget the
One's
dark
back.
days?
What's up, Jerk One?
That's the
Oh,
internet
you
here. I
wanna-
got a real old thing here. It's probably gonna crap out again. I got like 2 bars on this. I don't know what's going on.
No problem.
I'm gonna roll with it. I tried
Hey,
to
we're rolling with it.
go ahead.
No, we're rolling with it. It's all good. No worries.
Yeah.
Jerk one, fire up the horestick.mpeg or whatever you got over there.
Horse dick.
Arpeggio said, I wonder if equal rights applies if U.S. constitutes the draft.
Yeah.
Yep. Why? Just out of curiosity, and I don't care about this. How come their comments aren't popping up like they usually do?
Because that's my
Oh,
job.
there it is. There you go. No. Okay, cool. I didn't care either way. I love how it's interactive. I mean, they're like on the show. It's awesome.
I think
Brandon's here.
Yeah, Brandon's here. I think Jerk One's frozen again. But my horestick.mpeg comment was a reference to a fictional character in a movie, and I don't know if anybody knows what that movie is. I'd like to see if anybody knows which movie I'm referring to. I think Dirt Star knows.
Dirt Star knows. All right, let's see if they know. All right, let's Dirt Star. You throw out a guess. Arpeggio, you go for it. And Brandon, I think Brandon just threw out his. He put horse dicking. Is that right?
I'm a lousy time all night with this thing, so I'm going to be rocked in and out. Sorry.
Mark One, what do you got? An electrical storm up there? What's going on?
No, everything is fine. I have lousy equipment here.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, but you might as well just tell the listeners what it really is. You're watching an episode of horestick.mpeg.
I wanted to show Brandon something. I promised Brandon last week I'd show him the guy doing coke on the casket. Can we show it again?
Oh, absolutely. It's worth it.
Okay, hang on. Let me get here we go. Where are we here? Goddamn motherfucker. This one's for you, Brandon.
Yeah, dude.
Lunchy's Big Adventure.
Oh, man. Well, hey,
You
know what?
Dirt Star put it right.
What he
It
said?
allows the equipment. Just ask the ladies.
Yeah.
It looks like another day in Patterson, New Jersey.
Hey,
this is a long night, gentlemen.
What we were doing is we were just talking about, while you were gone, Jerk 3 and I were talking about how we brought up Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and what's going on with him. And Jerk 3 brought up a good point. He was like, what is everything going to be considered sexual misconduct? And, eventually no one's going to be able to have a relationship. And I brought up the fact that if you go to any beach or any pool nowadays, girls want equal rights, which I'm all for, but I mean, they're walking around with their ass cracks hanging out.
They want it both ways.
I guess so.
In and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They want their clit and they want to eat it too.
I think it just, like Jerk 3 was saying before, it's just a primal force in us. We're just drawn to each other.
Dude,
and
we're biologically designed to reproduce. I mean, everything is really sexual when you look at it from its core. It's just that's what we're designed to do. We're designed to fucking come.
Correct. That's exactly it. Yep. And I don't know why the lines are getting blurred. It's insane.
Yeah, I just always go by one rule of thumb. It's called eat around the tush.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's a lot of hypocritical stuff in the world. This is just one of them for sure.
Yeah, man. We get a bad rap.
It's more fan mail from the mailbag.
It's called toxic masculinity. That's like the big thing now. You know, we're pieces of shit. We don't matter.
Right. Yeah, and that's I don't know. I mean, Dirt Star, Brandon, Arpeggio. What are your thoughts on that? You chime in for us, but that's why we're called Three Jerks, trying to make it work, because we're trying to do the best that we can amongst all the bullshit that goes on in the real world.
On really bad equipment.
Hollywood is built on sexual exploitation done by gross old men, bro. Brandon, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
100%.
And let's keep it that way.
Jerk one. Jerk one. Are we technically retarded?
Oh, yeah. Way beyond. Yeah, I want to throw out, we got some fan mail this week.
Okay, cool.
I want to put that up here. See, I put a new thing for mailbag. You like that?
I love it.
Fantastic header.
This is from Paulie San Pedro from Fontex, Texas.
Whoa.
Fontex.
Yeah. Hi, Jerks.
Texas is great.
I watch your show all the time.
Tuna a lot out there.
What's that?
They catch a lot of tuna out there in Fontex, Texas. You know.
I've heard that too. It says, "Hey, Jerks, I watch your show all the time, but my mom says I'm not allowed to watch, but I heard her talking with her friends about how she wants to bang you guys. Can you please bang my mom so I can watch your show without her hassling me? Enclose her some beaver shots and her number."
Wow. Where's the beaver shots? I want to see them.
Nah, I figure I would share them with you privately on that. We go. You know what? Maybe, I'm afraid to even do anything on this PC right now.
Yeah, really.
If you got some beaver shots you want to share. But you know what? A beaver's a beaver. Does it really matter?
What I was hoping you were going to do is just actually show us the animal.
That's pretty obvious there.
Well, we'll save this for later. But speaking of beaver, Jewel, our lovely Jewel, she's got a new album coming out.
That's right.
No way. Jewel's back?
Yeah, she does. Jewel is back.
What's the album title? Eating Around the Tush?
It's called Free Willin' Woman.
Wow.
She's a free willin' woman.
All right, this one's from Sparky from Cockstroke, Pennsylvania. Hey, Jerks, you rock. This message is for Big Pink Dude. If you need some tips for your investigative reporter gig, get a hold of me. I've got the squeeze on all the juice. We'll work for weed. What do you say?
Oh, hey, Sparky's right on it. I love it. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Big Pink Dude would gladly accept him for sure.
Randy wants to know when he can call into the show. It's when I buy a Podcast Pro from Rode, then we can call into the show. And if you want to do a fundraiser for it, I can. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yes, or we all could pitch in or something like that.
We're going to need it, though. You know what? There's probably even a way to do it. There's no need to pitch in. I'm going to do my own shows on the spinoff on the side, too.
Wow, you're already going solo on us?
Wow, dude, he's already got Jerk One lead singer syndrome.
I was going to say, no wonder why he's Jerk One.
And this is from Jimmy Strimp from My Town, USA. If you think you could get away with the vile garbage on your shit show, think twice, because I'm all over you like white on rice. Fuck you. Your show makes me madder than a wampus cat in a rainstorm. Can you autograph the 3 Jerks bathing suits I bought from the old lady? Hey, thanks. There's mailbag from Jimmy Strimp from My Town. I think I know Jimmy Strimple.
That's a great name, Jimmy Strimp.
Yeah, it's almost like that. What was the neighbors for what's his names? It was the Strimples. So it's very close to the Strimples.
We're gonna get Brandon on the show, but right now we would like to maybe do a little gambling episode where Brandon can fill in for Lunchy.
Yeah,
see if he can run up a debt.
That'd be great.
Jerk One, just to talk about your technical difficulties earlier, Dirt Star weighed in and he said you do have lousy equipment. Just ask the ladies.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. We're gonna try this. You mind if we try this out?
Yes.
All right, let's try this here. There's a new segment called Gambling with Lunchy.
Let's do it.
Now it says I'm backstage. Your browser has blocked your mic and camera. Oh, wonderful. I got a browser setting. You know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a long day, gentlemen.
Yes, it has. It's all good. Hey, just so you know, I'll get you a little happy. Dave Brubeck Trio is coming out with a new album.
Nice.
You love Dave Brubeck.
I lost all my stuff here.
So is Crystal Method. Church 3 loves Crystal Method. You know what's cool? I'm keeping Z-Man Zillions going. Z-Man, this is for you. You want new. His idea was to have new music segment. So during the hiccup of a show, where I'm going to keep just adding them in.
Well, I had Z-Man's Word of the Week from Urban Dictionary.
Oh yeah, I want to get to that. He loved that, by the way. Z-Man, shout out. Love Z-Man.
You ready?
Yeah.
We'll pop that on. Let's see here. You got Z-Man's Urban Dictionary Word of the Week is changster, a Chinese wannabe gangster.
That's awesome.
If you see some Chinese dude acting like a gangster, you'll go, hey, gangster.
Oh my God, Z-Man's Urban Dictionary never goes wrong, ever, ever.
He bangs them good there.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of the joke. What do you call a Chinese billionaire? Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
You know, I mean, that Z-Man's Urban Dictionary gets you all fired up. What do you call a Chinese rapper? Vanilla Rice.
Vanilla Rice. Hey, you know what? We can do the Gamblin show now. I think I got it.
All right, let's rock it.
All right, this is probably going to be all fucked up. But
one last thing before you go. What do you call a Chinese woman with one leg?
Peg?
Irene.
Nice.
I got to turn off mics. Oh, shit, bro. You know what?
Yo, laughing. I wonder if are they laughing at me or just laughing at me?
All right, let's give this a shot here.
All right, let's do it.
Lunchy. This is a segment I thought of last week where we talked about poor Lunchy and his gambling woes. We tried to get him on the show to defend himself. He said he wasn't interested. I actually haven't heard back.
Gotcha.
So I thought we could maybe do some live gambling, and he could run up a tab on the house here between blackjack. Maybe I don't know if we could run poker or not. You know,
Sure.
like you see in the Texas Hold'em matches where you got the camera that looks down on all the cards.
Yes.
I'm trying to do something like that here, but these are going to have to be open-faced blackjack hands. I can't think of any other way to do this. So
Okay.
I'm trying here. Let's
Sure.
try this out. Tell me if you get too much feedback or echo.
Okay.
Listening.
All right. So there's our card dealer. Now,
No feedback at all so far.
good.
Yep.
Can you read those cards? Probably not.
Not really, but I could see their scantily clad women.
Yeah, I mean, I got the bikini stuff. Oh, look at that. Blackjack. Ace and a jack.
They're very.
75.
Yeah, they are.
We're
They
going to
are.
help out here a little bit.
They're almost rocking in the raw.
There you go. Okay.
This isn't going to work at all. Welcome to Amateur Hour. No, it's
No, it's all right. Well, let's see. So now we have to say, do we want to get a hit or not? Who's doing that? Is that Dirt Star or Peggio or
I
Brandon?
would be the dealer. I was just we'll run this dry here.
Okay.
No, maybe Brandon can run the hit or miss part. The hit me or hold.
Okay.
So this is the dealer. We got a 9 and a king for the dealer.
Okay.
Nice ladies.
Yes, absolutely. A 9 and a 10. So Brandon, you're up. What do you want? Do you want to hit or do you want to stay?
Well, he's got a 5. That was the house cards. No,
Okay.
He's got a 5 and an ace.
Ooh. All right, Brandon. He said, Peggio says hit. Brandon says split.
Split. How you going to split that action?
Well, I think he was going with the first one. Now, do you still, Brandon, you still want to do it on the ace and the 5? You still want to split?
I didn't think you could split cards that aren't. This is a nightmare. We're going to hit anyway.
It's something different.
Yeah, we're trying here.
Right.
So there's a 7, an ace, and a 5. So that's 13.
Right.
It's Greasy Tony. He's back.
Greasy Tony, what's going on, dude?
Do it up.
Hitting my shit. 15.
Sorry I'm late. I butchered my taint manscaping.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. I love
You know
it.
what? We're going to have to work on this card game a bit. I'm going to try something a little more traditional.
Okay.
Sorry, dealer.
Hey, you're doing well. You're doing well. You know what? You're trying, and that's all that matters.
Check out these 80s chicks, though, huh?
Yes. I have one word to say. Bush.
Yeah. Butcher.
Yes.
All right, we're kicking out the dealer.
Some people do not like that. I am a big fan of it. I know Jerk 3, you're not a big fan of it, are you?
No, well, I used to rock the 80s Bush and the 70s Bush, but the 80s Bush in particular because it wore a jean jacket and it had a Bon Jovi pin.
Oh man, well, yeah. Nowadays, it's totally clean or nothing, right? But any Pornhub or anything, it goes to 70s porn without a doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is the go-to.
Yeah. Are you serious, Jerk 3? I thought Jerk 3 was all about the new millennium type girl. No,
I'm into like animalistic pleasures.
Are you? Greasy Tony says 80s Bush was horrendous. Ah, come on. All right, I guess. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, but once you're, it's like if that's what you know, that's what you know. You know what I mean? I mean, what am I going to do? That's how I was taught.
Sure, too. The way I look at it is if it's a bad lay, then you still have the hair to play with afterwards.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Jerk 3. But also, Greasy Tony chimed in with cough, cough. That is so true.
Yeah.
You are right. Greasy Tony, you are absolutely right.
So Greasy Tony's talking about the stray hairs that go right to the throat.
Yeah, dirt starts gets in your teeth. Yeah, I forgot all about all of that.
Oh yeah, that's what we used to use for floss.
And also, too, let's be honest. I mean, not to ridicule anybody that we've had in the past, and also to say that we probably stunk 10 times as worse, but it never smelled pretty down there. Let's be honest.
No, man. And then if you got a kinky girl that goes for the butt, and she's like, "Ooh, it's like that. I love that pepperoni pizza."
Yeah. I mean, kind of crazy. Yeah. And you know what's funny too? Like, I don't know about you guys, but when you were dating back in the day, did you even think about cleanliness at all? Like, I'm dirty Jersey, so I didn't think about clean at all. I could just imagine girls leaving me after a session with me. They're probably like, never again, never again.
I think I had a girl tell me that something about like some kind of green funk, and she said that after she washed her hands, she could still smell it on her hands. Nice. I was like, damn. Cold-blooded.
Brandon, I used to call your mom's pubes angel.
Dude, that dude rules.
Oh, Greasy Tony, get stuck on your tonsils sucked. Yes, you're right. It did. Oh, man, Greasy Tony's got it.
Yeah, wow. You know what? We're going to try to work on those phone connections here because we got another guest who's requesting to be on the phone line too. He can't figure out his computer, so. And
let's give props to Greasy Tony. What a great name! What a great restaurant! Whatever happened to that place?
Right.
Yeah. Huh?
Greasy Tony's. There was one rival to Greasy Tony's, and it was called. What was it called? It was in Highland Park. I think it was in Highland Park.
White Rose.
You got it, dude. The White Rose. Well done.
White Rose system was the best.
Yeah. That's right. The White Rose. Yeah, there was 3 places that were always open no matter what. It was Greasy Tony's, it was the White Rose, and give it up for the strip bar that was the only one open till 4 in the morning. It was in Staten Island, and it was called the Black Garter. Does anybody ever go to the Black Garter in Staten Island?
It's on my to-do list to hit a strip club in Staten Island. Hasn't happened yet.
Dirt Star says, from what I heard, White Rose sucks now. I didn't even know it was still around.
Why would it suck? It's the same recipe.
I didn't know it was around. Wow.
Same burgers.
No shit.
Well,
Same burgers.
Maybe it's different management, and maybe they said, "Oh, we'll fix this shit."
Yeah, maybe that's true. Jerk One, you do not ever want to go to the Black Garter. Oh my God! I mean, it's open for 4 in the morning for a reason. The only girls that would be on at 4 in the morning,
I want to
even drunk, they're not good looking.
I forgot the name of the club, but there's one where a cop from Elizabeth was drinking, and then he came home and went up the wrong way street there. They called him Wrong Way Pedro. And he wound up going upstate for about 15 or 20 years, and he blamed that strip club for the booze that he had in him.
Did he kill somebody? I guess he killed somebody, huh?
Yeah. He did a head-on with somebody, took care of that. And the whole time he was trying to struggle his way out to say what happened. Well, what happened was, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirt
The Country Inn in Somerset, man.
Wow. Dark meat. Dirt Star said that White Rose isn't the same anymore, so I'm assuming that they got something different as far as a recipe, right? Like maybe
what isn't the same?
Maybe new management.
Yeah, they decided that like the burgers that were delicious needed to go like plant-based, and now they
sounds like
dog
Dirt
shit.
Star knows why. The ex-cons aren't putting cigarettes in the burgers anymore.
Oh, dude, without a doubt, Dirt Star. Perfect.
We can call it the Dirt Rose system now.
Dude, that's exactly what it is.
Hey, do you want to switch gears and talk a little sports? I know you had some things to talk about with the.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually curious to see if Greasy Tony, Brandon, Dirt Star, they care. But yeah, go ahead.
He says ex-cons worked at White Rose, apparently, allegedly.
Yes.
This is our back page sports here. Looks like the Houston Astros, the new Houston Trash Cans, are going to have a new uniform this year. At some point, they're going to be playing these games like that. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yes. Speaking of, we brought up Howard Stern and how he seems to get away with everything he's done in the past.
Yeah.
The Yankees seem to skirt. Supposedly, they did something similar to the trash cans, and it came out, and it was going to be unveiled, but it just went away.
Well, that letter, it took a circuit court judge to say that letter can be released to the public, and then it kind of disappeared again.
Yeah. So
the Yankees are fighting that the whole way.
Right. So
baseball's a bunch of fooey these days.
Yeah, I agree.
And look at this. Rubbermaid is now an official sponsor of the Astros. Good deal.
That's true.
We were talking Masters before.
Right.
John Daly, now, what was he doing during the Masters? He was over at Hootie's down in South Carolina. He teed off a beer can. And then he hung out with Hooters waitresses the whole time.
Hey, now.
Jesus, dude. Look at him. He knows exactly what to do.
He's got the cigarette going. He's all about it. He knows what's happening.
Dude, exactly. I mean, some people are just like, I'm riding this wave out the way I want to ride it. And you got to respect that. You got to respect it. Because, me included, I'm trying to beat old man, whatever you want to call him, and there's no way you're going to do it. Look at John Daly. He just knows. He embraces it. He's got the gut. He's got the cigarette. And the best of all, he's got the hot chick right next to him. So he wins. He wins. I mean, come on.
And we have the World Naked Bike Ride happening in Portland, Oregon this July 30th. We want to take a road trip, see what's up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a couple pictures of this. We'll
That's
ride through this.
Interesting.
Check out this dude.
Wow.
Yes, there you go.
There.
Right.
Look at these poor husband and wife. Like, what happened to my neighborhood? Meanwhile, there's a naked guy riding a unicycle with a big palm print on his ass.
Well said, Jerk One. Look at that.
The dude's looking, though. The girl's like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's tame compared to anything. Oh, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, these guys know how to party out there. I mean, Portland, you don't suntan, you rust, but they know what's up. They know how to party. And I'll tell you, this one is probably the nicest one, and the one the one with clothes on too.
Oh yeah, agreed.
So big shout out to the Portland Naked Bicycle Race coming this July in Portland.
Now that's reminiscent of what's that thing called they do in Key West, where everybody gets
Fantasy Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something I've never attended, but I've heard. Jerkwood, I believe you had attended. No.
Nope. No, I was there St. Patrick's Day a few times, but never Fantasy Fest.
Gotcha. I've heard. Go ahead.
Jerk one, that guy in the back, I think he's got like a moose hat on or something. I think that's my dad.
Well, if you look close, and I could swear it could be our friend. Go back to that picture real quick, Jerk one, if you don't mind. If you look, the guy in the back with the light on, he could be our friend named Tom. Am I right? He looks like him a little bit from afar.
Maybe.
Wow.
It kind of looks like him a little bit.
I think we should investigate a little more.
I'm telling you, it might be him.
All right. We'll switch gears. I think we got some baseball here. I forgot what order we put.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, they had different Indians logos until this year. So these are the different ones they came up with.
Right.
But none of them won.
Wow. I'm shocked that Cleveland Negroes didn't work out. That's interesting.
The Cleveland Jews or the Whites? The Cleveland Whites would be pretty good too. And go to the Chicanos. Or how about some real legitimate Indians there, like the guy found down the bottom row.
I love that. How come they didn't ever say anything? I would have voted for that. I would have done that for sure.
They're good though.
That's interesting.
So they had all these choices. Instead, they just chose this.
Right.
Go figure. What are they? They're the Cleveland Guardians now.
Right.
I think the Guardians are two statues that are on a bridge or something like that in the downtown area. So, yeah, they got pretty creative.
Yeah. I have no idea. And you know what's funny? If you want to do your research with that, the Cleveland Indians were named after one of the first baseball players of Indian descent way back when to be allowed to play baseball. You could look it up. True story. That is why they were called the Cleveland Indians. The owner named them that and as a tribute to him. So, Greasy Tony. C is for cunts. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, I mean, again, we talked about it. We were talking about it off the air, but if anybody knows about recently what happened with baseball, obviously you had the strike. So now they come back. And the first couple of weeks, baseball has been great. I've been watching it. It's been really fun. I know some people probably, it's like watching paint dry. I get it. I just am sucked in. It's like 80s Bush. It's how I started. I'm never going to give up on it. You know what I mean? Baseball, same way.
The Indians haven't. Go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead. They should be called. They should be called the Cleveland Steamers. Yes, they should. But I mean, I'm going to veer off a little bit on Cleveland and talk about the perfect game that was not to be yesterday. And I think that baseball could have really shined. It really could have shined. And we grow up in an age of that if you give up, you're a star. And if you, have a mental breakdown and you just want to take a break, you're allowed to. And I think that's the culture that we're breeding nowadays. And this dude was 6 hitters away from pitching a perfect game, which if you think about it, he would have at least pitched 3 pitches to each hitter. So that's 18 pitches. And his manager pulls him away from a perfect game. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, a perfect game is like being in the Masters and shooting. What do you call it? Is it called a hole-in-one if you just hit it off the tee? And
if it goes in, yeah.
Is it a hole-in-one or is it an ace? I'm not sure.
Yeah, hole-in-one. Ace is 2. Well,
yeah, okay.
No.
Well, yeah, it's almost like it's the equivalent of getting that. You know what I mean? Or getting like a full house if you're playing for $1 million at a poker table. Like you do not pull your pitcher no matter what, that you're saving them for the reason why the managers. Go ahead, Jerk One.
You're there to win games. And if the formula says you only pitch 6 innings and we got guys waiting for these other batters, what you got to do what the upper management says, what the suits are telling you, what those Harvard number crunchers are doing. I don't know.
Agree with that, Jerk One? I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's a different age now. I'm done. Clayton Kershaw has injured himself in the past a couple of times. It's very early in the season. He didn't pick up a ball all winter. He said his doctors told him not to even pick up a baseball for 3 months.
Yeah, I got it. But, I mean, come on.
And he's a big money guy.
18 pitches is going to determine how he's going to hurt himself?
I don't think he would do 18. It'd probably be more. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you had 6 batters. On the average, you're going to throw at least 3 pitches to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what his pitch count was. I think it was way below 80 pitches. If maybe it was just at 80. I don't know. But, hey, I don't know. It seems like we're the culture is getting weaker and weaker, and it's What do you think, Jerk 3? You're quiet over there.
I got one thing to say, and it's this. Tell me if you can hear it.
Bring in the therapy dogs. Fuck you, snowflake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Greasy Tony, you're right. It's like bowling a 300. Absolutely. And if you get that close, I could see if maybe it was the 4th inning, and he's he still has the rest of the game to go. Sure. Then you let the other players. But, I mean, the dude, first of all, he paid his dues. He's been around forever. And another little anecdote is he's best friends with Matthew Stafford. They grew up together. And the Rams just won the Super Bowl. So his buddy just won the Super Bowl. So, shit, the baseball gods were shining on him. They were like, hey, your buddy won the Super Bowl. We're going to let you pitch a perfect game. And you know what? One other thing, and Jerk 1 may turn around on this one. The manager for the Dodgers is who, Jerk 1?
Roberts. I hate him.
Me too. He was the one who started the rally against Mariano Rivera in Fenway. So that right there pisses me off. And
he's been a good manager, though. I mean, but he's managing superstars most of the time.
Correct.
He's got Joe Torre disease in that sense.
You're right. Correct. It's and you're right, because Buck Showalter will let you know who really created the Yankee dynasty. Let's be honest. Greasy Tony, I think Greasy Tony's agreeing, saying, yeah, lots of snowflakes. Jerk 1 is a baseball purist. Oh, yeah, he's not talking like a baseball purist, though. I'm shocked.
Honor, man.
Greasy Tony, I'm feeling a little vibe that he's changing. He's going to be one of these newbies, man. I don't know, man.
Oh, I just want to make a little quick announcement. If the Jamesburg Softball League is listening to this, and they kicked me out of their fantasy league about 15 years ago, and maybe it was 12 years ago. I'm trying to get back in all this time, and I've been paying my dues. I've been playing public leagues. I've been winning. I've showed a good attitude. I'm doing everything right. I'm doing it by the books. I'm asking to be reinstated into the Jamesburg Softball League.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Tony said he's a baseball purist. You got to let him in. Well, Dirt Star says, fuck the JSL.
He said, fuck the JSL. Well, you know what I did?
What?
I showed pictures of the commissioner wearing a bra, and I sent it to all the managers. And I made fun of somebody else's salary, and that's what got me in trouble.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Pay me $500 and I could get Jerk 1 back in. Well, are the people still there that?
I have no idea. I've been cut off by everybody and everyone. I'm the Pete Rose of the JSL.
That is a great story.
Right. Yes.
What prompted that? Jerk 1, you're coming up with great stories tonight, by the way. What prompted it? What happened?
Well, just what I told you. I circulated pictures of the commissioner in compromising positions, and I inadvertently made fun of. Well, maybe not so inadvertently. Maybe I made fun of somebody's salary because it's public information. Anybody could see it.
Sure. Now, hold on a second. Were you in the league at the time?
Yes.
You were, and was it in the beginning of the season or the middle of the season or what?
No, it was in between. It was at the end of the last season, but the stuff happened, I guess, towards the end of the one season. I don't know. I'd have to go back to all the transcripts from the work.
Well, what did he do to prompt getting this little present from
Yeah,
you.
they kicked out other people. They kicked out Dirt Star and another guy. They kicked out a whole bunch of people.
Oh, that's
They had a
bullshit.
house cleaning.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You can't do that. That's unfair. Now, what Milltown should do is get their own league and go up and kick some Jamesburg ass.
That's probably not a bad thing to do if we were still doing this, right?
Why not, man? I mean, Michelin has been. I mean, that's where Babe Ruth played. We created softball and baseball. Jamesburg can stick it.
Well,
I heard Dirt Star's the Billy Bean. Oh, Dirt Star's involved in the JSL?
yeah, he was involved too. He got kicked out too with me.
No kidding.
Yeah, Greasy Tony stuck around for another go at it, and he found a loophole, and then the commissioner kicked him out too.
Who is this fucking? What is he? Robert Kraft or fucking Jeff Bezos of softball league? Who the fuck is this?
You know, it's whack. It's whack, Jack. Maybe we'll put him on, and maybe he can explain himself after all these years. You know,
I think you should do that.
he used to listen to the radio show back in the day. Our commissioner. He used to work on the streets with the utility company.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, the big question is, why was he wearing a bra? Was it a Halloween thing, or was he a cross dresser?
No, he was drunk at the time, and I don't know what bras were doing in his apartment, but he just thought it'd be funny to put one on, I guess. I don't even remember that.
Hey, you know what, Jerk One? I respect it because it shows that you're a fair fucking guy. You're like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. When he says to Tom Cruise, he goes, "I'm a fair guy, but this fucking heat is driving me insane." You're a fair guy, but the minute somebody rubs you the wrong way, all bets are off. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much, for better or for worse.
Yes. I love that about you. And Jerk 3, you're similar to that, are you not?
I'm an uncompromising individual, and some people really respect that, and other people want to say, fuck you.
Greasy Tony says he thinks you stole the bra from Captain Tony's in Key West. Yes, I think he did. I think he did. Well said, Greasy Tony.
He might have.
Dude, I made some girl stop crying with my ass in Key West.
That's true.
That is true.
Stuck his ass right in her face.
I mean,
Oh,
when's the last time anybody can say that?
You know what? It's probably going on right now down there somewhere.
Well, when you were there, Jerk 3, I loved how you would walk on the streets, go up to a random person and just be like, "Are you my dad?" That was the best. That was the best. I mean,
The reactions were incredible.
Yes.
The only thing we didn't do was record that. If we had video of every one of those reactions, we could just play it on this show.
Yep, the reactions were priceless. That's true. And for think about it, for Key West, they've probably seen so much depravity. Like all of a sudden, you come up to them and say that. For them to react like that, that's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
I may have a picture of Jerk 3 jumping into the arms of a very large cross-dressed bouncer at one of the bars up in the north side of town. I think when we were walking around.
I got to
really hunt that down.
Yeah, you should.
I'll get kicked off my own show.
I love this. Amazon, Apple, and Peacock. I love how you found this.
Yeah, I had to do a little searching on this. It's funny. This came up with another friend where he couldn't find Mets games. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I just wish I could just go to one or two channels here.
Yep.
But I wanted to just say that I did a little bit of math. All these games that Apple, Amazon, and Peacock are taking is about 1.3% or 63 games of all the games of a 4,800 plus game season.
Right.
But Amazon's doing just 21 Yankee games. Apple's doing 25 Friday night games, and Peacock's doing Sunday morning games. Who's going to watch that? They start at like 11:30 and stuff.
Well, you know what's funny? They started to do that in spring training. There was a couple 11 o'clock starts. There was.
Right. Was that part of the negotiations or what?
No, I didn't hear anything about that, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, little known fact, that dude wasn't a bouncer at all.
Yeah, well, he might have been a bouncer. How many?
You want to know how many buttholes I fingered in Key West? Wow. No comment. Besides
Yeah.
my own, none. So I took this a step further to say which fans are getting ripped off. I mean, it's
Right.
obvious the Yankee fans are, but look at this. Now, to watch free baseball, you're going to lose out. If you're a White Sox fan, screw you. 4% of your games you can't watch without paying. If you're Red Sox, Rays, Guardian games, another 6 games are out of your reach. And if you're a Yankee game, that must mean Yankees. That means you must have big bucks. So you're willing to pay the Amazon $5 a month for that.
Right.
So
well, $5. $5. I saw $24.99 a month.
To watch those, to watch that schlop.
Yep, $24.99 a month, dude. Can you fucking believe that? Who's fucking running the show in baseball? Like,
follow the money.
Yeah, I guess. God damn.
So it's time to watch more cricket. I'm in a fantasy cricket league, and nobody throws me out there. They're happy to see a white guy playing cricket.
Well, you look at let's veer off just a little bit from baseball. You looking forward to the debut of the new USFL on this Saturday?
Nah,
you're not.
I'm not.
Okay, because supposedly it's 100 times better than the original USFL.
Yeah,
it even has the New Jersey Generals as a team. They were the ill-fated team of Donald Trump back in the day.
Yeah,
Herschel
Walker was on that.
Correct, and Doug Flutie as well.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, supposedly they may give the NFL a run for their money. I don't know.
Do they have cheerleaders?
Not sure, but you know what? I do want to go back to baseball, Jerk One. Since you're the educated one on this show, I always rely on you to give the educated stance on everything. Not to be political, but on Real Sports the other night they had Bernie Sanders on, and he's a major baseball fan. Yeah. And he was talking something about how baseball is the only sport out of the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, any of them, soccer, so we just brought up how USFL is branching off and doing their own thing like the NFL, away from the NFL. No other sport can do that with baseball. Baseball has this, it's called either antitrust or
non-competitive clauses or something.
Yeah, where it's been locked in for the whole duration of baseball that nobody can ever start up a starter league, which is
you have independent leagues out there.
Well, which is why his thing was that baseball has downsized and cut their minor leagues in half and totally did away with it because they're allowed to do that because nobody could start up another league because supposedly they have a copyright or something. I don't know. I thought maybe you would know a little bit more about it.
I haven't followed that part. Anytime Bernie Sanders opened his mouth, I turned the channel, but
okay. He actually sounded very astute. I was like, shit, man, this dude knows at least in baseball, he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, the MLB, Greasy Tony's right. Baseball needs socialism. Each team only allowed to spend $100 million. Isn't that called a salary cap or a cap on the teams? Football runs that way, doesn't it? So does basketball, I think.
Oh, it's called, just so you know, it's called the antitrust exemption.
Ooh.
Yes.
So they're just as important as utility companies.
He calls them baseball oligarchs.
Yeah.
So he's actually putting a bill together, believe it or not.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he really is.
This is a dude from Vermont. He should just mind his own Vermont problems and represent the people of Vermont. The guy's busy trying to he's going to Amazon to cheer on the workers in Alabama to create a union. If I lived in Vermont, I'd be pretty pissed off that my senator's out in Alabama trying to organize labor. That's bullshit. How about my state? I got people that are unemployed here. I got people that are hungry here. And what's Bernie Sanders doing? Traipsing around the United States, acting all socialist.
Dude, that's why I wanted to talk to you about it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there, Jerk One. That's what you're about. Well, he said he blames the owners for negotiating in bad faith for more than 100 days in a blatant attempt to break the players' union. Do you agree with him on that?
That's fair ball. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. All right. And he said the antitrust exemption allows baseball to control where its team plays. If the Oakland Athletics and the Tampa Bay Rays cannot get new ballparks and decide to move, Major League Baseball alone makes the call.
All
He
right.
said the NFL does not have an antitrust exemption. So that's why, say, St. Louis was able to move to Los Angeles.
Look at this. Bernie calling refugees and Syrians and all that. I got something to say to Bernie. I'm going to say it up close, though, to the mic so he hears me. I'm going to get really close.
Yeah.
Bernie, just because New England only has one baseball team, that doesn't mean it's a national concern. Mind your own business. Okay.
Nice.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Well done, dude. You're fired up. Yes, sir.
I applaud
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Jerk One.
Thank you.
That was. I'm telling you, man. That's why I brought it up.
Jerk One, when you talk like that, you tickle my tiggles.
Apparently, Bernie's bringing up refugees into Vermont, too. I'm sure they're appreciative. It's bad enough you got Alec Baldwin looking for houses up in Vermont. Now you got to deal with Syrians, too? For shit's sake.
Well, he's also berating the owners about how much it costs. And I agree with him on that. A family of four spends $100 just to attend. That's even before the seats, drinks, food, all that kind of stuff. And I agree with him on that, but
Go to your independent league. Support your independent baseball leagues. Tickets are about $12, and the refreshments are always a ripoff.
Right.
Pick your nose and eat it. It's cheaper.
My balls still have that new sneaker smell. I don't understand what that is.
Elaborate, Jerk 3. I have no deal.
Well, I mean, did you ever get just like, a couple of days like into it, and you're like, you got a little bit of that ball butter, and maybe you gave your mailbag a little bit of a fondling, and just like the belly button, you might have put that finger to the nose, and I noticed that new sneaker smell, and I'm like, that's curious. It's a curious scent because I have smelled that before when I bought a pair of new sneakers, but I'm not used to that being the scent of my balls.
Well, Dirt Star's got a reason for it. He says, stop coloring them with Sharpies.
Nice. That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that brings up the shower routine. I mean, do you guys use washcloths or do you use just regular soap? Your hands in the crack, your hands in the balls?
That's a private question.
That's not a private question. I mean, even we mentioned Howard Stern before. He was talking about his shower process. He uses only one hand, cleans his crack with his hand, cleans his balls with his hand.
Are you asking me before?
Yeah, Jerk, your process.
No, my process. I was just wondering if you're asking me my process before or after I sniff glue.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you take a shower longer than 10 minutes? Longer than 20 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I do is like I try to conserve all the water, as possible. I also like the natural bacteria to grow in my body, so I'm really showering like at a frequency of like 1 to 2 times a week.
Hands to Greasy Tony, hands in the crack is where it's at. It's not the greatest in the world, but it does clean. But yeah, then you scrub your hands really good after that.
Sure, too. Supposedly, the way to really eliminate the full amount of bacteria that would be for optimal health, you literally need to insert a soapy digit, at least a half an inch into your butthole.
Come on!
I'm telling you, look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
Come on, Jerk 3.
Dude, I'm gonna provide you guys with a Jerk 3.
You throw some science at us.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys on the next episode. I'm gonna give you guys a Jerk 3 health check, and we're gonna this episode had to do with erections and nocturnal penile tumescence. Next week we're gonna talk about what it is to finger your butthole for optimal health.
Okay.
Well, hey, that's a whole nother conversation. I've never done it, but I know there are some dudes, and I'm not against it either. Like, to each his own. I'm not
Right.
judging anybody, but I do know that I've heard it that the best way to take care of business is right before you're about to explode. Have your girl stick her finger up your little dirt star.
Well, yes, it's not only an erotic zone, but that's why when you're hovering over the bidet and it just it tickles your tiggles and it feels good and you kind of wiggle your bottom a little bit. All right, I'm getting too much into it, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there is a sensation down there that that should be shared by all.
Gotcha. Interesting. I don't know if I'll do that, but hey, to each his own.
They're teaching that into kindergartners, how to reach your hands in the cracks there, and for kindergartners down in Florida. So
I heard. Yep, I heard that. Yeah, it's interesting. We're not political at all. We don't take sides, but what is going to happen with that governor in Florida, Governor DeSantis? At first, during the pandemic, he thought
he's going to run for president. And he's going to win.
You think he is?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Wow. I don't know.
Call it out.
He seemed like he was, Trump's boy for the longest time. He would just do whatever Trump asked him to do. And then after the pandemic, he kind of went off on his own and he was calling his own shots. And then now recently he's making this stand. But again, we're not political at all.
Hey, I think we got a new listener here. This is John. Hey,
John.
Now.
Hey, now, John.
If this is a John, I think it is. This might be the guy who was thrown out of the JSL as well. Maybe he can chime in and say if he's the guy that got thrown out.
John, tell us about the commissioner. Fuck that commissioner, right? Fuck him.
Hey now, John.
The rock star.
Hey, I got something for John.
Rock star now.
I got something for John real quick. Is he listening?
He is.
All right. Here it comes.
It's like a three-legged hemorrhoid-infested kangaroo trying to bury a turd on the frozen pond in the middle of December, if you know what I'm saying, John.
He's learning stuff.
He says he's learning this stuff. Yeah, same here. He said John's good peeps. Shout out. DeSantis thinks it's okay for brothers and fathers to rap their daughters and sisters and have the baby.
What?
I'll go let you answer that one.
Wow. Dude, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, where do you want to go now? We could do some Dick of the Week. We need bodyguard. We need security protection. So I've hustled up a bunch of candidates to be our bodyguard. I thought maybe you'd be interested in that. We got our death pool. Not rap, rape. With the LOL, of course.
Ball, good, and rape. It's the only thing I like.
So let's reread it. DeSantis thinks it's okay for brothers and fathers to rape their daughters and sisters and have the baby. No. I don't think you see the difference in Florida. I think it's happening already a lot. So what's the big deal? He's listening. Okay, Dick of the Week, music. We got nature and science. We got a lot of stuff in there. Big Pink Dude War Report. Bros being bros. Bro of the Week. I think I lost everybody there.
One time, I ate my neighbor's shit.
You did not. You didn't lose me.
Nah.
You did not lose me. My fucking computer's fucking up, man. It must be the night for computer fuck ups.
Yeah, it's in the air. I think they're trying to take us off the air. I think we're going to need to hire an IT person next.
Who's anybody in our listening area, an IT person?
Yeah, Dirt Star rocks that.
Help us out, Dirt Star.
Okay, gentlemen, Dick of the Week, a little bit of nature and science, a death pool update. Yes for all. Let's throw in Dick of the Week. How you like this setup?
Man, I got that trophy at home.
Is it brown?
Yeah, just the tip.
Think Jerk 2's messing around there.
Yeah. He's sitting on his trophy right now.
I'm fucking yeah, not that trophy, but yeah. Again, hey, we don't, to each his own. But yeah, Dick of the week, let's do it.
We had a very hard time. We need a Dick of the Week jingle.
Yes,
I agree. It's very difficult to put music on this thing for some reason. Again, another reason to get the podcaster special mixing board and all that to handle all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, life goes on.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a really difficult Dick of the Week this time. We had so many suggestions, so I think we had a tie.
Nice.
These two guys, Matthew Coleman and David James Allison.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Coleman is a surfer who is a QAnon guy who killed his family out somewhere. And James Allison, as you could see, he live streamed sexual assault of a 22-month-old baby on Skype multiple times. 30 years in prison. How long do you think he's going to last?
Oh, that's the one they say. Prison's a lot different than it was back in the day, but one thing that hasn't changed is if you go in as a sex offender, you're basically shit.
Yeah. Chomos don't last.
He's got about 30 days.
Right.
30 days before it all goes down. And the other guy, Coleman, I didn't even want to put his picture on. I thought the court sketch was better. The dude's a lunatic.
Yeah. What did he do? What did he do exactly?
Dude, it's crazy what he did.
What?
Man,
Matthew Coleman.
A surfing instructor, and he had his family out. I forgot what country they're in, but
I think it's Australia. I think it was Australia. I'm not positive.
Australia?
All right. What did he do?
He killed his family with a spear gun.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, because he's a QAnon conspiracy theorist.
He thought they were lizards. He thought his family turned into lizard people, so he had to kill them.
Yeah, he said it was a secret hand signals and serpent DNA. He thought they had serpent DNA, so he had to kill his family.
Wow.
And he confessed to killing his two children last August for that reason, for that exact reason. Yeah, he really believes that. He believes that they're, that they have alien DNA, particularly the reptilian kind.
Yeah.
And that they're going to, more or less, contaminate the rest of the world. So he had to kill him.
Well, has anyone proven him wrong?
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, some people firmly believe that stuff. And, the older we get, one thing we realize there are, like, what do you always say, jerk one?
Yeah.
What's your favorite saying?
You never know who's driving next to you at 60 miles an hour on the highway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was his conspiracy theories like QAnon and the Illuminati, as well as his fascination with strong numbers, an index of every word in the Bible. I mean, this dude was like a stage 15 fucking nut.
Stage 15 fucking nut. That is classic. That should be the name of an album or a song. Stage 15 nut. I love it. Arpeggio comes in with people with spear guns shouldn't do drugs. Absolutely right. Yes. Arpeggio, well said.
That's a good one.
Christy Tony, very true. Agrees with Jerk One. Yeah, I do too. I love that. I love that saying. But that's like the dude. There's a great Netflix documentary about this dude who's got a wife and two young daughters. I mean, they couldn't have been cuter. They're young as hell. They're like 4 and 2. But he, of course, during the marriage, he meets his wife, and he's not in the best of shape. And for some reason, he has the kids, and he starts getting in shape. And she is this lady who is kind of a domineering type wife. She has a Facebook page. She's starting to get kind of well known. He's kind of pushed in the back as like the passive type husband. So make a long story short, he gets this girlfriend, and the wife, of course, is getting suspicious because he's not nailing her anymore. And turns out that they have a big fucking argument. He kills her and the 2 fucking little girls. And he works in, I think it's Arizona somewhere. So he works at like these oil refinery places. He sticks the fucking 2 little girls in this oil refinery bin. And the craziest part about it is he tries to play it off. He does an interview on TV. You could pull it up. I think his name is Chris Pratt, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a
He's
Netflix.
from Colorado.
He's in Colorado. There you go.
Yeah.
And he gets an interview, and dude, you would think he played it off. I mean, I believed he had nothing to do with it. And then the whole documentary shows the back scenes of when he's getting interrogated and how he gets broken down to finally admitting it. It's amazing.
Did you see that with the neighbor when the police were in his house and his neighbor was there, and the guy walks away and the neighbor tells the cops, "I know he did it. I know he did it." That's actually the case where the police knew when that guy's his truck door was open at 4:34 in the morning. When they were interrogating him, they said, "Why did you open and shut the door to your car like 9 times at 4:30 in the morning?" And he's like, yeah, dude, these cars today are too damn smart. If you're going to be doing that stuff, use a bicycle or something, man. Sure. Stay away from the black boxes. Stay away from all that stuff.
Sure. Well said.
I got totally nailed. They knew how many times he opened his car door.
Yeah. Wow. Because I would imagine why he was sticking his wife's body in the back seat. Is that what he was
putting tools in? He said he was going out looking at elk, or he was hunting elk, and he was checking out the herd movements at 5 in the morning.
Wow, fuck.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's why if you meet a normal person during the day, you're lucky.
Yeah, no such thing.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Wow, really? No shit.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to be out in Colorado, and yeah, perhaps we will stop by. Oh, we'll make that part of the Columbine tour, too. We'll go to Fredericks, we'll go to Columbine, we'll hit them all.
Wow.
Highlands Ranch had a shooting, too. That was pretty cool, right? Yeah, let's hit that up, too.
Yep.
How about subreddit of the week? I think you guys might like this one.
Go for it.
I always dive into subreddit, dive into Reddit, look for all the little nooks and crannies, and I think I found a pretty good one now. And I have a theory, a pet theory here.
Go for it.
This is called "Wolves Are Big, Yo."
Yeah.
So this is all about wolves, right? People keep wolves as pets.
Oh shit!
So okay, see the first one, right?
Wait,
sure.
is this? Are we moving into like a bestiality movement here?
No. Well, maybe. And here's another lady with her wolves.
Right.
Here's another lady with her wolf. This wolf looks badass, man.
Yeah, for real.
All right,
dude. That wolf. First of all, that wolf looked like he ate the whole wolf pack.
Oh shit! That's not real.
Holy shit!
It's real to me.
No way. That looks
like that wolf. Holy shit! That wolf is like the size of that fucking beast in like the Never-Ending Story. That didn't think.
Dude, that's exactly what I just said. Jerk 3. It's the nothing.
No way.
It's the nothing, dude. That's exactly what it is. Greasy Tony's like doggy style.
Well, that's the thing I'm getting onto here. If you notice the pattern here, all these owners or wolf lovers are women.
Yeah.
Except this dude. Maybe he's like a AC/DC thing, you know what I'm saying? But all these are women. Here's another one. What is it with the chicks and the wolves, bro?
Why are they so big?
Because they're freaking wolves.
Wait, so I got a question for you, right? Like, do they rock the Red Rocket, or they like? Is it different with wolves?
You have to ask them.
Wow, that's fucking huge, man.
I don't know. That kind of looks Photoshop, but I don't think so. What are people proving by that?
That's true. It does look like Napoleon Dynamite's liger. Let's be honest. He's the liger.
So, yeah, I mean, wolves are big, yo. And apparently they deliver the goods to the ladies, too.
Hey, Another thing, to each his own, man. Whatever goes, goes. That's
bestiality. It's okay by me, right?
What do those women do when those wolves come through their window? They start swimming.
Holy shit!
He's got a point there.
Yeah. You should wear your
star said you should wear your three-wolf sweater and go pick up these shit. Nice.
Now you guys asked for a story about bro of the week or good guy of the week.
Yes. Yep.
So bros being bros, but I don't have any stories. I couldn't find one good thing on the internet that somebody did that's nice to somebody else.
Well, I got a great fucking story. I'll tell you right now.
So why don't you run by me and don't tell me there was a guy who took a header in a parking lot at Publix and we all laughed at him.
No, not at all. And this goes now. This isn't maybe not this week, but it just reminded me of him. You could YouTube it. It's basically a dude. He's on the phone. He's in a court hallway, and the dude who molested his daughter is getting escorted to court.
Oh,
Right when he gets by the phone,
he
turns around and shoots him in the head.
And he hangs up the phone.
Yeah, that's right.
He hung up the damn phone.
Yeah. So that dude came to mind right when you said that. I would do the same fucking thing.
You know what he got for that? That was in Louisiana. And he got a 7-year sentence, but it was commuted by the judge to 300 hours of community service and time served.
What?
Yep.
All right. Well, wait, hold on. The dude who shot the guy in the head, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the molester was killed by the whole ordeal.
Right.
He caught a little lead in the head.
Oh, man, yeah. You could. I'm pretty sure you could pull that up.
So we could do that for bros being bros. That's a good bro story.
That is a good bro story, absolutely.
Yes, and that was captured on TV. That was back in 1984. It looked a bit dated. There was a freaking payphone involved. Yeah, it had to be from the 80s at least.
Yes, it did. You're right. Good point.
Oh, the molester was a karate teacher, too, that guy. Boy, it seems like everybody knows about this story.
Yeah, man. I mean, fuck hey. I mean, anybody who's a dad would probably do the same fucking thing.
There you go.
And I think Greasy Tony just called in, and here's what he had to say.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Oh, shit. Hey, does anybody know Greasy Tony, does anybody know that did the Yankee game start? I know it was a rain delay.
I guess so. John says he's watching it, one on TV, the Devil's on the other, and 3 jerks on the computer. I like that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. It is top of the 6th. Yankees are winning 2-0. All right. And I bet you fucking Joey Gallo struck out 20 times. I don't know how he's still a Yankee.
Well, I think sorry. Let's see. Josh Donaldson's going to give him a run for the money in the K department. That dude strikes out a ton. Wait till July.
Yeah, he does. You're right. And he hasn't. He started off pretty well, but he has not done anything.
You know, they all start good now. The pitchers haven't adjusted yet.
Right.
Show me the first 100 at bats, and then show me the next 100 at bats.
It's a good point. Severino was pitching today, though. That's good. He got 5 innings in, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts against Toronto. Which, by the way, I mean, I know we're not talking about the sports, but how fucking good was Pedro Guerrero Jr. last night? Jesus Christ!
Just batting them.
3 home runs with. Did you see what happened when I think it was Hicks who was running to first base and he stepped on his hand?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He did it on originally it was the Reggie Bar night. The anniversary of the Reggie Bar. So Guerrero hits 3 home runs on that.
Yep. And you know what? I do want to take a moment here to clap my hands for Jerk One. For anybody who knows Jerk One is going to be doing something monumental tomorrow that takes a lot of brain power and he's still doing the show for 3 hours.
Yeah,
so
I'm not gonna smoke weed for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. That's not even that's monumental, but he's also doing something else. And yeah,
we're driving down we're driving down the East Coast in a couple hours around 2 a.m. Hopefully we'll get out of Richmond by sunrise.
Jerk
that
one,
is fucking epic, dude.
Jerk one, are you going to be a cranky ass bitch tomorrow?
How can I be? I'm going to Florida. Come on.
Right. Yeah, but after 2 weeks not smoking, you're going to be on, Ray.
Love it there. Holy Christ.
Yep.
Love it.
You don't think after 2 weeks of not smoking that stuff, you don't think you're going to be a ownery?
No. Go right back in the groove. Whatever groove you put me in, I'll work it. Don't matter.
You go with the flow, Jerk one?
Have to. What are the choices?
True. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Greasy Tony loves Pedro Guerrero Jr. Vladdy Jr., you're absolutely right. Greasy Tony says Pedro was a badass. He absolutely was. And Dirt Star says he misses the Reggie bar. So do I. I think I was the only fan. It basically was a ripoff of the Babe Ruth. Am I right about that, Dirt Star?
It's more like a Snickers bar, I think. Michael K. and Paul O'Neill had a discussion about it yesterday where we learned that Reggie Jackson still has a freezer full of them at his house. But it's a series of peanuts, chocolate, and caramel. And Paul O'Neill said, well, isn't that a Snickers? And they said, yeah kind of.
Yeah.
You don't want to jerk.
Well, you know what? If I remember, it had like nuts, Yankees nuts. But yeah, it was sort of like it was more like a Babe bar. But hey, speaking of Reggie, going back to the Kershaw thing, he chimed in and he wasn't for it at all, dude. He's outraged.
Reggie Jackson outraged, about a managerial decision. Say it isn't so.
He said on his Twitter account, he said, Clayton Kershaw, perfect game, 80 pitches, take him out? What's the game coming to? I fucking agree with him. I'm sorry, dude.
I think Reggie has a problem with authority.
He said one of the era's best. You take him out with the perfect game in the 7th. 7-0, the Dodgers are winning. Take him out? This is baseball. Please, people that have never played, get out of its way. I fucking totally agree with him.
So says a designated hitter at one point in his career.
Come on.
Randall Cunningham bar.
You want a jerk, you don't want a jerk.
It just ran away, I think.
I agree, Jerk 3.
And he's saying if Dirt Star likes a chunky bar with caramel, that's what the Reggie bar was like.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, right? You're right, Dirt. Yeah, absolutely. He's right.
Hey, a limbo champion walks into a bar. He loses.
I think you said that one last week, not to be a...
I need some new material.
How about Hot for Teacher?
Yes, that is the best.
We get a little jingle going for that too. Hot for Teacher.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We're going to put that in there.
Right.
Who is it this week? Lindsay Banta Jarvis, 27. Right. She spent 18 months for third-degree rape of a 16-year-old male student.
Wow. But you know what? I mean, look at that. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's wrong. But if I'm 16 years old and that lady comes up to me, like, golly. I mean, first of all, does it say how she got busted?
I didn't. I got to relook at it. I think, the dude is probably bragging about it. That's what happens.
Bangable. Exactly, Dirt Star. Hey now, Greasy Tony says. Absolutely.
Hey now.
Yes, 100%.
And there's her husband. And, when she pled guilty, they wound up divorcing later. And she may be out of prison now, too. So, guys, look her up, man.
What was her name? Lindsay what?
Yeah, I'll go back. She can no longer be gainfully employed as a teacher, but she could be gainfully employed doing other things. And she's single.
What's her last name? Lindsay what?
Jarvis. Oh, you're gonna do the Google on her, huh?
I'm gonna fucking look her up, man. See what she's doing nowadays.
Let's get her on the show.
Well, that was 2019, so 18 months. What is that? Yeah, she's out. She's out. He was from Kentucky. God,
they do anything in Kentucky.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I love the Daily Star in the UK. It says, teacher, 29, who romped with pupil behind hubby's back. That's fucking classic.
That girl's a slobbery, snackery, triple-butted, filthy hoe.
Wow.
Here we go. Is Torpedoes hiring? Maybe.
Is Torpedoes hiring? I love these dudes. I'm fucking telling you. Dirt Star Brandon, fucking Greasy Tony. You guys, what happened to John? He was here for a hot minute and left?
He's probably still popping around here. He's watching 2 games at once.
Gotcha. Okay. I respect that. Well, I'm stuck on Lindsay Banta Jarvis. I love that.
You know that husband wasn't giving it to her, right? That's probably what happened to that, or she's fucked in the head. Or both.
John is here.
John is here. We can start the show now. John's here.
She was caught in Lexington after mobile phone evidence about a months-long romantic relationship was discovered.
Hey now.
So, hey now is right.
All right. Music?
Wow. Yeah, let's do it.
Got some music
I could jump in right away. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go for it. No. Go ahead. I like this. Go ahead.
Dire Straits was introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but nobody showed up, nobody inducted them, and they did not perform.
Wow.
No shit.
I don't know how that happens.
Jerk one. You know what that is?
Wait,
you know
what?
What?
That is
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
I think that same year, 2018, you had, and you know what? That might even be a typo. I maybe that's not 2018, but Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beastie Boys, Guns N' Roses, and Faces were introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this date in music history. That must have been quite a show.
Yeah, for real. Well, going back to Mark Knopfler, I challenge anybody to find me a better solo than the one on Sultans of Swing. And I'm open to anybody, and anybody wants to change my mind, but Sultans of Swing, his solo, maybe David Gilmour's solo, Uncomfortably Numb, maybe one of Slash's solos on fucking Guns N' Roses song.
Man.
I'm not sure. Yes, maybe November Rain. But yeah, that is one of the best. It's one of the solos that you hear and you're like, every note couldn't have been placed any better. Jerk 3, am I right about that, or do you disagree?
Yeah. Hold on.
We lost Jerk 3.
Hold on.
He's out ranking.
Sorry, I had to go get a bunch of burritos. Hold on one sec.
Burritos.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, since we're speaking,
Go ahead.
no. Well, I was going to say, since we're speaking about new music, you brought up Burritos, and there's a band called Doritos and something else. I just lost it. Fuck. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Oh, Doritos and Fritos, they're called. Yeah, Doritos and Fritos are coming out with a new album. They're by a band. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's the name of the song. Doritos and Fritos by a band called 100 GECS. I have no idea what that means.
Wow.
Nah, nothing.
But Rush Moving Pictures 40th anniversary comes out tomorrow, I believe.
Nice.
Yep. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then we did mention already our girl Jewel with the big bush. She's coming out now.
That album's coming out tomorrow. Freewheeling Woman.
That's right. And then let's see, anybody that you guys would care about.
We got Coheed and Cambria with an album in May. I kind of jumped ahead a bit.
Nice. Coheed's pretty sick.
Yeah, and Def Leppard too.
No shit, they're coming out.
Yeah.
Wow, they're touring with Motley Crue. I know that.
And a little sneak peek into June, Guar, the new Dark Ages.
Right on.
War.
All right. Yeah, and then like I mentioned, the Crystal Method, they're coming out tomorrow, April 15th. They're coming out with a new album as well. A lot of stuff that maybe I'm way out of it. I haven't ever heard of. Jewel's coming out with something. Why does Kurt Vile ring a bell? The Lemonheads are coming out with a reissue, a vinyl reissue. Yeah, that's it. I don't fucking have anything else. Max Roach. I don't know if that means.
Roach.
Oh, the Police, dude! One of your favorite bands, the Police Greatest Hits. It's coming out on vinyl again tomorrow. Vinyl reissue.
I can't get into these things. I'm not going to pad their grandchildren's wallets. I'm sorry.
Oh, no shit.
I just can't do it.
Wow.
So let Warner Brothers pad their grandchildren's wallets. I'm not going to do that.
So you could care less about the new vinyl movement that's coming around?
No, I really don't.
All right. Well, what about Aldo Nova? Aldo Nova's coming out with a new album on April 19th.
Give me some new albums that are, guys that are hungry, gals that are hungry. They want to do it. Not people that are rehashing stuff and adding a new, vinyl aspect to it or something. I could still buy Police vinyl at flea markets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, dude, come on. Cannabis Corpse is coming out with a vinyl reissue. You know you're getting that.
Cannibal Corpse or Cannabis Corpse?
It's called Cannabis Corpse.
Cannabis Corpse?
Yes, Cannabis Corpse. And the name of the EP is called The Weeding. Swear to God. True story.
We have to look into that.
Yeah, look into that.
Check out this one thing Justin Bieber did back in 2013. He visits the Anne Frank Museum, and he writes in the guest book, truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer.
No way. She's a believer?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Christ.
Now, I went to Anne Frank Museum too. About 15 years ago.
Right.
And you know what? I mean, I might get in trouble for this. The place was big. If you'd kill for that in a New York City apartment, it wasn't all that bad.
Right.
The catch is that you weren't allowed to go outside or you'd get killed or dragged off. But
for 2 years.
Place where they were hiding, I mean, I don't know about you, reading the book back in school, it sounded like they were all hunched down in this cruddy attic and, whatever. No, you could stand up in the place. There's paint on the walls. It was nice.
Yes. That is true.
Check it out for yourself. You be the judge. But I tell you what, people would kill for an apartment like that in Manhattan or L.A. or something.
Right, but you also had to stay put like all day, all night. You couldn't move for 2 years.
I think they were moving around a bit, if I remember.
No, I don't think so.
It was kind of the untold thing about until things turned, then they turned them in. I don't think they were just laying there the whole time. At least that's not what I understood through the interpretive docents there.
No shit.
Yeah. 2007, Don Ho dies at 75 of heart failure. 1994, Kurt Cobain was cremated. And in 1980, Iron Maiden released their self-titled debut album, which started a whole new thing. Happy birthday, Richie Blackmore. You turned 77, and Loretta Lynn, and aged 90. Take note of the death pool. When you're in the 90s, you're on our radar.
Hey, Loretta Lynn is still going strong. That chick, man.
Yeah.
And Blackmore used to scare the shit out of me when I was little. I wonder, what is he doing nowadays?
I don't know.
Man, he used to scare the shit out of me. I'm telling you, I see those creepy, cathedral videos back in the day.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
What else we got here? Here we go. Kurt Loder apologizes for being a dick to Jewel.
No shit.
An apology for the condescending way he spoke to Jewel on an MTV interview in 1998. That was 24 fucking years ago, where he corrected her grammar. Loder's apology, that MTV interview I did, was a shitty thing to do to anybody. I've been ashamed of having done it ever since. If I go back in time, I'd smack me in the head. However, I'm not a college graduate. What the hell is going on here? Are we really reliving all this stuff from 24 years ago about some guy correcting grammar of a? Come on, man.
Right. I actually thought that was David Cassidy at first when I first saw that. I think I love you.
I really want to hear the story again about Brandon making out with Jewel in the backstage, but down in AC. But hey,
Yeah, Brandon, where are you, dude? Yeah, I do want to hear that story as well. Pretty loot music. Oh, Dirt Star. Dirt Star, I've told this story before. You're 100% right. I went to New Brunswick at the State Theater to see her acoustic. I fell asleep after about the fourth song. It was the worst, top on my list, worst show ever. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
that good, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? That brings up a point. What was your worst show you ever saw? That was one. Another one for me was, I'll never forget, I was at the Garden State Arts Center, and Chris Rock was emceeing this show with Blues Traveler, and I forget a bunch of other bands. But Blues Traveler, one of the bands didn't show, and the crowd got really restless. So it was up to Chris Rock to kind of calm everybody down.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fucking do it. Everybody was, of course, Jersey drunks were all like, Pookie. They wanted him to, they were referring to his character on New Jack City. And he didn't want to do it. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm a comedian. This was when he was truly trying to break into Hollywood. And he didn't calm the crowd at all. His actions actually heightened their frustration, and they started throwing shit and everything. Yeah, that was one of my worst concerts ever. What about you, Jerk?
When Sammy Hagar played with Van Halen, it was the David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar tour, and when Sammy came on, we had to leave.
Wow.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, after Dave brought the house down, I got to sit and listen to Sammy. It was like, no, and believe me, I wasn't the only one. The buses were packed going back to the parking lot, and everyone's yelling, Dave.
Where was this show?
At the old Garden State Arts Center.
Why? I think I was there for some reason. Did I go with you by any chance?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely was there.
Dave was good.
Yeah, Dave was good. He's not. Sadly, he's not good anymore, but he was good.
Yeah.
He, you know what? If you listen to him now, he realized what Sammy Hagar. This is just my opinion. He realized what Sammy Hagar did for Van Halen, so he tried to sing like Sammy Hagar, and there's no way you could do that. That's like me trying to sing like Robert Plant or Freddie Mercury. It's not happening. Yeah, exactly.
John says that Jewel showed her boobies in a movie Ride with the Devil.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I'm interrupting the show right now to look that shit up.
Yeah, we got to go check out Jewel's titties.
Please check it out. Check it out for me.
Ride with the Devil?
Dirt Scar agrees. Yeah, Ride with the Devil.
Wait, I think Jewel's got small titties, though, right?
Hell no, dude.
Peas on a drum.
Oh.
Hell no.
I didn't know that. I didn't know she had big titties.
Yes, she did. I mean,
just look up Jewel nude.
That's the only reason why I went to her show, quite honestly.
Were you hoping she was going to flash you after the?
Oh yeah.
music?
Check out. Wait, I'm seeing her titties. Wow, she's got nice titties.
Where are you seeing that?
Just look up Jewel nude. Just Google that.
Okay, we'll do.
And you'll get several pics, and then go to images and look up all of her. Some of them are fake, but some of them are real.
Holy shit! Yeah, damn, dude.
I'm an amazing Googleizer.
Yeah, you are. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Check out the one on Xgasm. Jewel. Look. She's on a beach, and some dude is like rubbing suntan lotion on her, and she's like straight up, like it's like full frontal nudity.
Yes, I see that. Lucky. Unbelievable. Well, you know what? I mean, really what we should do, our page here, Marilyn Manson sucked. Really? Because I saw him on what was that tour that Ozzy would do? The Ozfest. I saw him at the old Giant Stadium, and I got to admit, he was fucking out of his mind.
Yeah.
Ripping Bibles and shit. Like, he was fucking insane. Another dude who's getting not I don't know if he's getting victimized or what, but he's definitely caught in the sexual abuse trap for sure.
Yeah, he's all caught up in that action there.
Right, but Arpeggio didn't like Marilyn Manson. Interesting. Hey, Jerk 3, you haven't chimed in. I'm shocked. What was one of your worst shows that you went to?
Oh, one of the worst concerts that I went to, or one of the worst shows I played?
The worst concerts you went to.
Probably. I gotta think about that for a second.
All right.
The worst one that I ever went to, local or big, like, you know.
Well, I brought up the one that I went to with Jewel. Arpeggio brought up Marilyn Manson with Rob Zombie. Jerk 1 didn't chime in either. Jerk 1, you got a concert?
Sammy Hagar.
Oh, yeah, he did. Jerk 1 said Sammy Hagar when he was touring with David Lee Roth.
Probably, I would have to say when Guns N' Roses was touring with Metallica, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but
yeah, I was at that show.
Yeah, Axl Rose threw he had like a tantrum.
Someone hit him with a battery.
Yeah, it was
no way.
Yeah, it was.
He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here," and they walked off.
Yeah. You guys were at that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that pissed me off because I was like,
it was Faith No More, Metallica, and Guns N' Roses.
It was an epic fucking tour, and I waited so long, and I was like so stoked to see it, and that bullshit went down.
Striper, man, I did see Striper.
Yeah.
Were they any good?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Well, dude. Wasn't that during the years where Axl Rose wasn't coming on till like 11:30? Don't tell me he made you wait all that time and then just left the stage after that.
It was in between acts. Metallica brought the house down at sunset, and then everyone was chilling, waiting for GNR to come on, and waiting. Yeah. Yep.
And then what? A couple songs in, he leaves?
Yeah. He got, like I said, he got hit in the marbles with something. Somebody hit him in the balls.
Wow.
And then we all got to go home really angry.
Yeah, what was it like going out of there? Were you guys was like people getting crazy?
Well, the thing is like it was literally one fucking soda throw away from a riot. Because people were fucking pissed, dude. It was
cold-blooded.
Well, that's crazy, man, because you're lucky because that's Jersey, beer-fueled kids after Metallica. Metallica opened up Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, because they were like the two biggest bands.
Faith No More than Metallica.
The only other show, Jerk, too, that I could say that I was very disappointed with was the second Woodstock. The first Woodstock was like the best thing ever, but the second one was just like fires and destruction. And while that's cool,
you're actually thinking of the third one,
or technically the third one, but only the second one while I was alive.
Right. Well, the second one was kind of tame, wasn't it? Wasn't that like Green Day and all that?
The second one, which was my first one, was the best thing I ever experienced in my life, dude.
Right. I bet that was amazing. But the second one was how I heard it was so fucking hot on that airstrip. Is that true?
Oh yeah. And I mean, it was like, you had to deal with that. You had to deal with rain, flooding, you had mud pits that were that were literally consuming the people that were sliding. Yeah, because you'd be on the hill listening to music, and then all of a sudden you're sliding down it uncontrollably, and then you end up in 5 feet of mud. and then you turn around and there's fire everywhere, and then everything's breaking, and everybody's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" It was It was like a war zone. We might as well have been watching music in Ukraine while Russia was bombing.
Dude, I kudos to you, man. I would never fucking attempt to go to something like that, just because. I mean, so many fucking people. I was just like, nah.
Yeah, but there was good beer, good drugs, and lots of tits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kudos to you. I love that about you, that you would do that. I would stay home, but
yeah, I was naked for a couple minutes.
Were you really? Arpeggio says, believe it or not, John Cougar put on a good live show. Yeah, John Cougar. I always loved his drummer, Kenny Arnoff, one of the best fucking drummers around. Kenny Arnoff. Fucking, check him out.
Yeah, jerk too. I was allegedly naked. I was allegedly naked for a little while, and I was rocking the 90s bush.
I put one more music thing I put up here. We can keep going on other things here. But guess who's going on tour this summer, man?
My mom.
Not only is it bad to be an assassin, but to be a failed assassin, that's even worse. Yeah. So John Hinckley Jr. is going on tour this summer, and you can go see him July 8th at the Market Hotel in Brooklyn. The tickets are sold out.
Are they really fucking sold out?
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Oh, man. Wow.
And, they're saying, the place they're saying, hey, he served 40 years in prison. He had mental health treatment. He paid his debt to society. The several darlings of indie music had mental health issues or tried to kill people. So, it's okay.
Yeah.
Go back to this guy, James Brady, who was before he was a walking man, and after he became this. Spent his last 33 years in a wheelchair. Thanks to that asshole.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and now he died, and John Hinckley continues to live and to give tours now. So perhaps maybe somebody will even the score this summer. Just, it's all good.
What's that shirt that the U.S. Marines say? Something like God sort them out, like kill them all.
Yeah, well,
God sort them out or something.
Yeah, well, there'll be time, I guess, for that action. But
hey, I mean, come on, Hinckley. There was talk about we brought up on one of the shows the guy Sirhan who shot Robert Kennedy. He was up for parole. I would love to see. Are they ever going to try to let what's his name out? The guy who shot John Lennon. I wonder if he ever is going to get a chance to get paroled. What was that dude's name?
I just skip my mind right now.
Yeah, maybe because we're on almost 3 hours.
Doesn't feel like it.
And you got to fucking drive.
That was Mark David Chapman.
Mark Chapman.
Yeah, nice job, Jerk 3. Well done.
He was a dick or a cock, and he decided that he would like to throw his life away by doing something really fucking stupid.
Yeah, and he did. He did something really fucking stupid because John Lennon, what a massive talent. So you know what makes everybody's chiming in. So Arpeggio said John Cougar.
Yeah, they were saying good stuff. We were talking about bad concerts.
Yeah, but that actually makes me think of some great fucking shows that we've seen. Now, I will say one of the best shows I've seen for violence is a Rush show. I'll never fucking forget it. We're going to the Brendan Byrne Arena, and everybody's partying in the parking lot, and all of a sudden, there's these two dudes who square up right before you get into. Remember that tunnel you'd have to walk across?
Yeah, over the top of the cattle crossing. Yeah.
So right before we're about to go into that, these dudes square up, and this one dude is doing all these karate fucking moves in front of this dude. And the dude who wasn't doing anything waits for the karate dude to stop, hauls off, punches him right in the face, drops him.
Fucking yeah.
Night fucking knocked out. Never forget it. But that was for violence. But for the best show, hands down, fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Who was the fucking girl? Lita Ford. And I forget who else was on the fucking bill. But Ozzy was just out of his fucking mind. He was great. I'll never forget that show. That was my show. What about you, Jerk 1 or Jerk 3?
Most violent?
No, just like best show. I just threw most violent in there.
Oh, it was a stick figure suicide show, man.
Yeah.
I gotta vote. I gotta vote my own shows.
Yes. I got to vote the one I was at with Jerk 1 who he kept inciting. He tried to incite a riot the whole time. That was great.
I just remember when I got to the venue and I was loading in my gear, I chased around some I don't know, some girl with my ass. I literally like just dropped trow and I chased her with my ass like all around the venue until she decided that, she would give me what I want, which was just
TLC.
I can't say it on the air.
TLC. Oh, I think you could. Rage Against the Machine was great as well. I loved Rage Against the Machine. They were awesome. But yes, Stick Figure Suicide, I still think if there's a way Stick Figure Suicide gets back together and they tour, I know Jerk 1 and Jerk 2 would be the first one to buy tickets. There's no doubt about it. I'm not lying.
We can have an outdoor COVID-friendly venue for them on the back 40.
Yeah, dude, if it's possible, I mean, I would love to fucking see that because
with God, anything is possible.
Yes.
Nice.
And Gold Star brings in Pantera at Roseland. Absolutely. Fuck yeah, man. Pantera was sick. Great shows too. Yep, absolutely. I saw them in Long Island and with Korn. They were great. Pantera was excellent. Respect.
You want to see some more? Want to see some more Ukrainian soldiers? We got.
Oh my God! Yes. What a way to end it. Yes.
Yeah, we got it going on here. War Report number 5, clocking in 14 April 2022. The Women of War issue number 4.
Yep.
Oh, let's take a look. And we got a little parlay into the private investigator thing. Hey, look at this one.
Oh wow, he's going the old lady fetish route. All right, that's cool.
I was looking. He was looking around, but
right. Oh yeah.
There's some.
Hey now,
more recruits. Yep, more recruits. I love it. I love his MO. He gets General of the Year, no doubt.
Yeah, he's running a good show over there, especially the ones that love their guns.
Oh, look at that.
Just having fun.
Yeah, as I was going to say, he keeps morale up, too. I mean, he gets hot women and keeps morale up. And they're all smiling.
How can you not? How can you not smile? They're wearing the totally wrong camouflage, though, in that environment, though. They're going to get shot.
Holy shit. I just thought of something, Jerk One.
Uh-huh.
Maybe in a couple shows when Big Pink Dude returns, what do you think? He makes an appearance on Three Jerks trying to make it work.
That could be possible.
Oh, my God. A first-hand account of what's going on there? Holy shit.
Maybe we can do a pre-recorded or something.
That would be epic.
Get that up there.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Hey now.
Oh, beautiful.
See, that's my favorite right there.
I really love how she handles her heavy artillery.
That's right. Yeah. That does something, man. It makes my insides feel good.
Not only that, but if you look really close, you have to squint your eyes, but you can still see it. You got a little camel toe there.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
I like to grease her gears.
Let's run through some of this stuff here. Now, Big Pink Dude wanted to do some investigative reporting, so he's starting off and wanted to run some shit by you.
Okay. Wow. He could do it. He would definitely.
We need a better graphics guy here, I think.
Jerk One, he's like, it looks like you're swabbing like some kind of black stuff on your mouth.
No, it's a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a goatee with an eye patch and a cigarette smoking, like a real investigative reporter.
Yeah. I thought that was that mouth tar that you're always talking about.
So he's going to go after a couple things. He's a private dick and investigative reporter. The first assignment it's called Jefferson, and that's a state they want to create. That's part of Southern Oregon and Northern California. This has been going on since the 1940s. And they've been kind of pushed off as a right-wing group at times, or a bunch of cast-offs. But I think they have a message, and we're gonna go dive deep into that part of the country to see just what's going on.
Definitely.
But you could see where California, the northern part, and the southern part of Oregon, they would just kind of want to come together. So he's going to look for the laptop, but more important, he's going to find Hunter Biden's dope dealer and his hookers. Yeah. Forget the laptop. You know,
Right.
we're gonna find the good coke and shit and find out where he's getting it from.
I would go a step further. I would say instead of investigator, how about president? Could you imagine what our army would look like?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get the get the knocks on the door just yet, but we can do that. And of course, you know, if the budget allows, we're gonna find out what the fuck is going on with Oak Island after all these years. Seriously, man. I mean, are we tired of this yet? Oak Island? Are we just gonna blow this place up or what?
You know, that's a good question.
I don't know, man.
I don't either.
It's a big world.
Greasy Tony says, "Let's go, Brandon."
He likes them.
Let's go, Brandon.
We'll throw in the death pool.
Yeah.
We're just trying to do a couple things. We're probably gonna push some things over to next time here.
Sure.
First of all, Death Pool is sponsored by the Funeral Kazoo. Put the fun back in the funeral with the Funeral Kazoo.
Yep.
Of course.
Hey, and before we leave, before we lose anybody, how about a big hand for fucking Dirt Star Brandon, Greasy Tony,
Hell
for
yeah.
all the fuckers hanging out with us the whole time, Arpeggio. You guys are excellent, man. I mean, if we could have you on, we will. We're working towards that.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys are fucking great.
Yeah. We had 2 deaths. Well, we had Gilbert Gottfried, which we did a tribute to earlier on in the show. You might want to go back and take a look at it. We had another actress from Seinfeld die, Ray Allen. Apparently, she was involved in a couple of Seinfeld episodes and had her own thing going on.
Yep.
And that 109-year-old monk, he died. He died March 22nd.
No way.
Yep.
Wow, he finally died.
Yep.
Wow.
What finally did him? What did him in?
Old age, man.
Just died like natural causes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wouldn't it have been cool if like he died like because he almost looked like a skeleton? Wouldn't it have been funny if like he did die as a skeleton, like he lived. His skin just
yeah, there's like nothing left but the skeleton. Dude, I mean it was like that already. It was almost like that already with just a few like strands of hair.
I know. I mean, kudos to him, man. The fucker stayed around forever.
I mean, could you imagine walking around the grocery store like that?
What's that?
Sure, too. Could you imagine walking around the grocery store like that?
No.
And asking somebody where the fucking pork and beans are?
Yeah, I could not. And not only that, I mean, did he do much walking? I bet he didn't move out of that bed.
He didn't.
Yeah, all right. So
he
you're
didn't even shit his pants.
around, and you're looking for the Depends undergarments.
That's true.
But you know what? None of the guys or gals that we have listed in our death pool have hit. We haven't hit anything yet, so we continue to wait.
Yeah, I can't believe Jerry Lee Lewis is still going. Jerk 3, you got Jerry Lee Lewis. I can't believe he's still rocking out, man.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I want to just take a moment and enlighten our listeners on the art of self-mummification, or Sokusho Bin Butsu.
Oh, I thought that was the dude that died.
No, it's the Japanese art of self-mummification.
Holy shit.
Where they eat trees and tree roots and nuts and berries and tree bark and pine needles and rocks for 1,000 days. When they think they're going to be dying, they go on this diet. They eliminate all their fat and muscle from the frame, and it prevents further body decay. Then they drink this tree sap that's like a lacquer, and then they start drinking salt water. Then they lower them into this box, lower it 10 feet into the ground, and use this bamboo rod as a straw for breathing. They cover the box up with charcoal and leave that buried monk with a small bell that he rings as he's meditating. And when the bell stops ringing, they assume he died. They wait 1,000 days, they pull him out, and he's like self-mummified.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, we got some pictures. Check out some of these dudes, man.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
And there's the 3 jerks right in there, too.
Wow.
Greasy Tony, my sentiments exactly. Read what he says. How the F does Jerk 1 find this shit? I don't know. It's wild.
He's fucking wild, dude.
Jerk 1 is I'm telling you, he's the engine, man.
You know, this is a pretty wild way to go, though. I'd consider it. But think of it. You have to know 1,000 days like in advance. It's like 3 years. that you're going to want to die in 3 years. So you start doing this diet then.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but you know, it works.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So yeah, there's that. So don't say we're not an educational format here, because we are.
We are.
We're educating the public every minute of this show.
That's right. We are.
If you want to stick with the 3-hour rule, that's fine. If not,
yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I got to. You got to get to at least a couple hours before you get on the roads.
I can't wait.
But another great show, gentlemen, as always.
It was good.
It was real good. I mean, nobody at the end of this show could possibly say this.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Can't say it was a waste of their time either.
Exactly.
Right.
The only thing that they're saying, the only thing they're saying at home right now is this.
Holy shit!
Oh, you know what? We got to fuckscape. We got to meditate for a minute on fuckscape. That's just call my OCD here. We got to have this, or it just doesn't feel like it's the end.
Nice.
Let's
do it. Meditation. We're going to be off next week, I guess.
Yes.
Just tell your friends to. We'll see you next time.
Right.
Yeah. We'll inform the friends.
One time, I ate my neighbor's shit.
Jerk 3, you're the fucking best too, man.
Thanks, bro. I love you guys.
And there's our meditation for the week.
All right.
Chlamydia. What does that say?
It says chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
That's
come back.
a great way to end it.
On that note.
Yeah.
On that, come back next week where we talk about bodyguards. The Big Bang made a reverse time world, supersized Hummer trucks, bears with tapeworms, giant stone balls, premature ejaculations, anus ejaculations, teen girls and TikTok, wanking pods at work. We missed out on a lot here. We got to get back on the stick there, you know?
We will. We definitely will. And, dude, you drive safe, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm going to make an attempt to, yeah.
Okay.
And
Keep us informed.
all right, let's roll this thing. Are we ready to split?
Yep.
We're doing
All right,
it.
good night, fellas.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Good night.